You could hear the sounds of Killian in Tobias's office, just hacking away at her gauntlets as she has been for quite a while. She has been at it all night. The rest of you, some of you are maybe on the floor. Maybe somebody actually went to the master bedroom since it was open now. Who knows where you guys are at? But it is morning. You don't know exactly when Marvak is going to be showing up, but he did say he'd be returning in the morning. What would you guys like to do?
I think you already know what Killian would like to do.
Scream?
Well, yes, but also continue working on her gauntlets.
Alright.
Duncan will just go to, I guess, the dining area or the living room. I'm just gonna wait for anyone else.
Mm-hmm. Waiting for breakfast.
Alex will join him.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time Cloves doesn't break his spine waking up.
And bacon. So, yeah.
Wait,
I will be
cooking?
helping Killian with those
I'm
gauntlets.
gonna cook pancakes, eggs, and bacon.
I'm helping you cook.
Okay.
Pancakes, eggs,
and bacon.
Pancakes, eggs, and bacon.
Oh, okay. Naming the horse pancake was
Sin.
On fucking roll.
Sin.
I'm not
Luckily, I
impressed.
had advantage.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yep. It is a very good breakfast. The smell of it begins to fill the house, and those of you who are not already in the kitchen are well aware that there is now breakfast.
Did you make pancakes? Pancakes? Yes?
Yeah.
Pancakes.
Oh. Smell good.
Thank you.
morning. Morning.
Good morning.
Alex is just
I had
still
a
having...
very good dream last night.
Yeah, good for you. He saw his eyes closed.
What was it
walking
about?
in.
My goddess spoke to me.
Oh?
Yeah.
Must be nice.
Anything?
She let me see my yaks from a previous time.
Oh.
I had to pet them. It was very nice.
I'm
Well,
glad.
that sounds pleasant.
Mhm. Oh yeah, also she kind of warned us about something. And Close will relay. because I don't
No.
Okay.
Make a roll.
Oh, make a history check?
History check,
Do
please.
you not remember?
Did you not write it down,
Oh
Caleb?
my god.
Oh my god.
I remember.
It's fine. I don't remember it. Wasn't to me though, so I have an excuse.
Yeah, not bad.
That's good enough. So you were warned about a green dragon in a forest near the Ashkeeper Peak.
Dragon in the forest near the Ashkeeper Peak.
Well,
okay. Is that anywhere near where we're going?
Well, she said we'd probably have to go there eventually to go to
yeah,
Zorath, so...
we would have to cross through that. Look, there's mountains.
Why don't I show you the map?
Yeah,
please do.
There's mountains on either side of the border, unless we're traveling by sea.
Which, given what's happening, we probably aren't doing.
Yeah, I mean...
Probably not.
Also, I don't really want to travel by sea.
Actually,
Fish monsters attack.
Yeah, we'll actually have to go through Ashkeeper Peaks eventually.
Yep.
I think.
Oh god.
What about, I think called the Dunrock Mountains? What about them?
Sure, but it would mean that we're spending more time within the Empire.
Do we want... It depends on whether we want to go through the mountains with the dragon.
Well, it's kind of nondescript as far as I don't know exactly where. I mean, the Ash Keeper Peaks are a long range, but it was.
Yeah.
Long animal, so or
Is
long creature.
what does? Okay, I know it's chromatic, but what does green exactly denote?
Is that a
Green.
question in or out of character?
In character.
Oh.
Yeah, Duncan would like to know as much as he could about possibly running into a dragon.
I don't know anything about
No
dragons.
idea.
Never met one.
Well, he'll just kind of look around. We might be capable.
Are we?
Capable of what? Fighting it? No.
Well,
It's a dragon. All right.
yes,
It
but
destroys
That's
everything
typically what dragons do, yes.
easily. I don't think we're anywhere near ready to fight a dragon.
Is there a roll to see what we know about dragons?
Nature check.
Hell
Nature check.
goddamn.
Hey.
I know nothing.
I know
Duncan's,
moderately enough.
I'm just the idiot savant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's actually a natural one from you, huh, Lexi? Very nice. All right. So from your 11, Alex, you will know that green dragons usually mean that they are poisonous dragons.
Mhm.
That tends to be their forte. Duncan, though you have not really studied up on dragons, you would know that though green dragons are by nature evil, they and all dragons are strong, but usually their strength is dependent on age. And there's no telling how old this dragon would be because you were not told.
Gotcha. Cloves, did your god happen to mention exactly how old the dragon is?
Dragon there.
Thanks.
Basically to tell us like, hey, watch out for that thing. You know?
Well, I understand, but if it's a younger dragon, we could, kind of size everyone up. I think maybe have a chance against a younger dragon.
Well, if
But,
your god warns you about something, I think it's best to listen to your god.
Oh,
That
of course,
makes
but
sense.
we're gonna look. I'm just saying we should maybe prepare.
If we're even going that way.
If we are, it'd probably be best that we have the things necessary to at least survive an encounter with one, rather than be without. And plus, I'm fairly certain some of us still have several hundred pieces in gold, so maybe some poison resistance would do as well.
It could come in useful, yeah.
Well, look, in any case, it just.
I'll say, well, after finishing breakfast, Alex will just get up, and while Killian's still working on her stuff, Alex just starts copying from Nix's book the spell if he has time.
You didn't do it before?
No, I copied the one at night, but the one for 3 hours is what I'm doing now.
I see. I guess we'll see how much time you have.
All right.
Yeah, Nyx would give you their book.
All right.
So we're spending a week in Nicodranas.
Well, it could be a week, but it more so depends on how long it takes to get to the border of the Dwayne Empire. If it takes maybe 2 or 3 days, then we could spend just maybe 3 days there and 3 days traveling.
We have a map. Do we know how long it'll take to travel there?
Whenever it decides to load, go. So Nicodranas is all the way down here. You are trying to get to the gates. Thankfully, there is a road. And you are looking at about 215 miles. Which, if my math is correct, you're looking at about almost a 9-day trip.
Oh. Um,
It's not that long.
she can wait there for us for a little bit,
All right.
but
Like I
best
said,
to keep them waiting.
like I said last night too, it's also going to depend on Killian's family. Don't no telling how long it'll be before her mom lets her leave. With after he'll just kind of motion to his arm.
Sure. I don't. Duncan will just kind of like shake his head. It's not. Maybe it's rude, but I'm not. I'm not exactly waiting for the parents' permission to go somewhere. I can't have them stand there for too long.
We'll
Whatever
have
they
to
might
see.
have. Well, look, whatever they might have planned for us, it's best that they have more time to work with us and us to work with them. But still, let me. I'll just go ask Killian. I'll get up and walk to her workstation.
Inside, Killian's just fucking looks tired as shit and is still working on these goddamn gauntlets. Of course,
Morning.
with Nix's help.
Yeah.
Morning, Duncan.
Hi.
So we looked at the map, realized it's actually a good 200 miles from Nicodranas to the gates, and it's a 9-day journey. So my contact will be waiting there for us before we even arrive. But it was brought up that your mother might want to spend some time with you, and I'm not sure how you might want to spend your time, so.
Her ears kind of flatten out, and you say that she wants to spend time with me. Okay. Yeah. I don't know how long it will take for her to want to let me go. Or how long it will take for her to finish yelling at all of us.
All of us?
So, I smell pancakes, right?
Yes, and eggs
Yeah.
and bacon.
Could you bring some in for us?
I can go get them.
Oh.
Nick stands up and goes to grab the pancakes.
Wow. Yeah, she might be mad. And I have a few things to say.
I could imagine.
Yeah, that's kind of why I was nervous about, going alone, But now I have all you guys, and you guys can, you'll be there for me, right?
Or your proverbial shield.
Well, not exactly. It's more so like, you know how when like you take an axe to ice, it breaks very easily. But if you were to take like, something like still as about as hard as an axe, but like, spread out the force, over a wider area, it doesn't break. Yeah. Just trying to lower the pressure per square inch, I guess.
Here's your pancakes.
Thank you.
Right. I've never really took an axe to ice, and I don't really know.
It's
Pressure
a
bite?
metaphor. Basically, like the more of a never mind, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. She'll be fine. We'll
You
be
should
fine.
just talk to her, Killian. If she's gonna be mad, I mean, you're still family.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna tell. Yeah. All right. All right.
Right. Anyways, just thought I'd bring it up. Have you maybe think about the time you want to spend with her?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of catching up to do as well.
All right. Just yeah. Try not to make it more than a week, please. I wouldn't want my contact waiting for too long.
Oh, of course. I kind of want to get on the road if she's angry.
Mm. In any case, just thought I'd let you know. So, enjoy your work.
Enjoy your pancakes and eggs if you haven't eaten them already.
I have, and they were good. So,
Oh,
make.
well, enjoy digestion.
I absolutely will, and he'll give you a little wave and walk back out.
Yeah, she'll give you a finger crossbow, and then get back to working on her shit.
So you guys get about an hour of working, eating, relaxing before there is a knock on the door.
I'll go open it.
Sure enough, there is Marvak. He looks a little tired, but he smiles when he sees you and says, right, so is everyone ready to go?
We absolutely are. Let me just go pull Killian away from her work and Alex from his book.
Then I'll wait out here. I'm sure that would actually take a few moments. Actually,
I'll
I
make
smell breakfast. Is there anything there? Is there anything left?
Killian might not have eaten hers, but I'm sure we could. Like, just
He,
come
he walks in, yeah.
I'll shut the door behind him.
So Marvak will walk into the house and seeing some of you around, he'll greet you all and say, morning, morning. Is there any breakfast left?
Ding.
Yeah, there's some breakfast left.
Perfect. I'm going to grab some while you're getting ready to leave. I assume we're leaving now. Am I waiting any longer?
Wait. Yeah, he has his face in his books. You're writing. Not yet. No. Okay, we can go. Closes his book. Gets up.
Right. I'm going to eat breakfast now. Before you all change your mind.
Can you wait like 2 hours?
I'd rather not.
Okay. I'll start packing up my stuff.
We
Do you need help with that?
No.
we have like a week of traveling to do, Killian. There'll be plenty of time.
I'll just no. I just need 2 hours.
Yeah, you'll have like a
It's
week.
just
to
I don't
do that.
like leaving a task unfinished. You know.
Marvak has his mouth half full of pancakes. He usually looks over towards you and says, there'll be plenty of time in the flat. You'll be fine.
Sure. All right. Let's go.
Marvak will eat his breakfast very quickly, and once you guys are all ready, he will start making his way back to the ruins of the Ebonhorn estate.
Yep.
Just to make sure, Allura is with us, right?
Yes.
Lexi's also around here too, right?
Make a perception check.
Oh my
I swear to
god.
God.
I swear to all of us.
Yeah, no, she's there.
Okay,
Thank you,
good.
fucking Lord.
Yeah, you'll see Duncan just eye beaming you.
Keep her in front.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Everything's just fine.
When we go to set out, there'll be a little shimmer from Cretan as he looks like a furbog again.
Oh, speaking of which, Creighton, do you want to go buy another alias?
Yeah, I was thinking Loro.
Cray Cray?
Loro.
Cray Kill? Oh, I'm sorry.
No.
It's Kilcray, by the way.
No, I know.
Loro.
Sorry, what?
Doesn't make it any better.
Luro. Luro.
Laura. Got it.
Loro.
You had to pick something difficult to pronounce.
Loro?
Marvak looks at you. That's difficult to pronounce?
It's like two
Can't-
syllables.
blah, blah, blah. It's about the L's and the R's.
What's wrong with them?
Marvak,
Anyway,
you
are we
forget that
going?
Alex is an idiot.
No, I was just curious.
Hey, I take
Yeah?
offense to that.
Good.
Anyways, let's start walking. And through Port Damali you go, as it is a fairly cloudy day, but not quite to the point of storming. But there are people out and about, just going about their normal business. You see quite a few guards moving about as you guys are heading to the Ebonhorn estate, but none seem particularly interested in bothering you, thankfully. So you get to Marvak's poor fucking house. And as you get there, he kind of pauses for a second, kind of looks over the house, and just. Right then,
Sorry again. Sorry, Marvak.
he he kind of just trails off and just thinks for a moment. And goes, I'll deal with it later. But the door heading down to the basement is a little askew. Hazel had to break it open to get pancake down there.
All right.
And as he leads you to the cellar door, sure enough, it has basically been ripped off its fucking hinges and thrown aside.
Pancake. I mean, to close Snickers.
You can see Marvak just looks slightly distraught, but makes his way down the stairs. You guys actually haven't been down here since the fireballing at the house. It's scorched down here. A lot of the boxes and other things, knickknacks and all that had been stored down here. It is most of it is ruined, and if not ruined, it's covered in ash and soot. But somehow the teleportation circle on the concrete floor managed to get through unscathed. You can see a couple of spots where there's a bit of soot here and there, where maybe something fell down onto it. But all things considered, got very fucking lucky.
All right. So is this a all at once sort of thing, or?
Yes, so the way that this works is that I will begin the casting of the spell, and whenever I am ready, I will tell you to step into the circle, and you will all appear in the Ebonhorn, the Ebonhorn Emporium in Nicodranas.
All right.
Understandable.
And have any of you ever teleported before?
No.
Nope.
No.
Have I ever teleported before?
Well, have you?
I don't believe so.
Then the answer is no.
We're gonna go with no. Okay.
Okay, so Marvak kind of laughs and goes, "Oh, this should be fun. Try not to use your breakfast, sorry." And he claps his hands together, starts to rub them. Purple static begins to build up around his arms, and his eyes begin to glow the same light hue. And the circle itself, starting from where he is standing, begins to glow the same color, going outwards and beginning to follow the full circle. And as it is about to close, he looks at all of you and says, "Right then, step in."
All right. Killian will
Alright.
step in,
Yeah.
take off her prosthetic arm, and stick her stump so it's right against the wall of where the teleportation circle ends.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm just gonna
Alex is doing his
this-
thing. Alex
seeing
is doing
this-
his thing.
I'm just gonna cast Bless on myself, Alexander, and Cretan.
Thank
Okay.
Seeing this, Cretan is just gonna drape a big coat over like his jacket or something just over Killian, so she's like practically hidden in it, just like, yep, everything's fine.
All right. So you all step
You
into the
step in.
teleportation circle.
Yep.
And within a moment, you all feel this just pulling sensation that happens within an instant. It's very jarring as you feel yourself being pulled, pushed, and suddenly dropped. And you go from the scorched basement of the Ebonhorn estate to what looks like a warehouse, and each of you needs to make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Yep.
God. That's terrible.
Oh, fun. Oh, what fun.
I see 3 people have lost their lunch. Or
Sorry,
I'm sorry,
breakfast.
your breakfast.
Yeah, Killian will fucking vomit and then go, ow, my arm!
Make a performance check.
All right, cool.
That's about right.
Oh no!
As the purple glow in the warehouse fades out, there are you see that a couple of people are there. They look just like a couple of workers, a couple of humans, a half elf, a half orc somewhere, and they all kind of look. And everyone kind of looks at Killian as she's yelling out, and 3 people are losing their lunch. Marvak, by the way, has a shit-eating grin.
Mhm.
And everyone looks at Killian as she, and then just turns and goes back to what they were doing.
Killian looks around and goes, oh, I thought Senna was going to be here.
Okay, she's not. Thank God.
No, this is the Emporium. I didn't have one set up in the flat. Joy doesn't really like for me to have everything set up. I barely was given permission to set up in the basement.
Yeah, that's fair. I just feel embarrassed now. And she'll put the arm back on.
What did you say was going to happen?
You teleport her to her mother.
I thought that
Pretty much.
she would either be waiting here or we'd be in the house, and I could make it look like I just lost my arm.
He stares down at you as you see the purple light from his casting fading from his eyes, and goes, "You were trying to blame your arm on me?"
All right, let's go, people. We got places to be. Let's go.
I think she was. So, is there a
Cretan's
place
just,
we could?
just like patting people who are throwing up on the back, just like it's okay.
Oh no, this is not Alex throwing up.
No, I'm not. I was just saying the people who are.
Please don't. I'll compose myself.
Cloves is desperately trying to hold back her mane of hair.
It's a lot of hair.
Yep.
Oh, I'm just picturing now like the drunk college girls or whatever,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
Cretan holding
Yeah.
her hair like it's okay, it's okay.
Marvin,
Where Alex looks like an old man now.
is there a,
Very, very old.
Why
man.
do you look like an old man, Alex?
Shh! Don't call me that.
Marvak then now looks at you.
Is there an inn that you could tell us about Marvak? Just somewhere we could stay.
Well, there is the Eye of the Storm. It's a couple of blocks down the road. I can show you the way, or I can take you to the flat.
Oh, yeah, the flat would be. I just need some water.
Oh.
Down.
Right, sorry. I first time teleporters are always amusing. But let me go grab you something to drink, and then we'll go.
Thank you.
Okay, please refrain from calling me Alex here.
Why? That's your
Um,
name.
I told you people are after me.
Oh, that's right.
Why
Okay,
did
so
you choose an old man?
okay, what's your
This is all I
alias
can
then?
think of.
Just
There's
call
time
me.
to change it again.
Just call me Jerry.
Just blink one again. I want to see
Okay.
that one.
Well, lovely meeting you, Jerry, Lauro, and Alora, and Kilcray. Duncan will just.
Marvak returns with a couple glasses of water.
Yeah, Duncan will step readily, quite quickly up to him and take the glass.
Once you have taken your drinks, Marvak will lead you out into the streets of Nicodranas. Those of you who have not been here, you're not quite expecting such a vibrant city. Just looking around, just on the outside of the Ebonhorn Emporium, the streets at the top are lined with flags of all different colors. There are people in very vibrant clothing. Even the guards themselves are wearing some rather not quite festive clothing, but brighter colors. The guards you see in particular are the greens of the Clovis Concord, which you guys are quite familiar with now, and the maroon reds and whites of the Dedwalian Empire. Which I don't know if I've ever shown you guys. I did show you guys the Clovis Concord, but I will show you guys the crest on the guards.
Ooh,
Mm.
that looks nice.
That looks really cool, but it's a scary thing.
Looking around as Marvak begins to lead you down the street, heading towards the flat. He'll look back and kind of pause and say, "Am I taking you to the flat or to the inn first?"
Can
Well, forgive me for asking, but is there room at the flat for us, or should we seek somewhere else?
It's a little bit crowded. It's about the same room as it was in the Sparks house.
Ah, uh, then the inn, please.
Right then. As you make your way down the streets, the vibrant colors continue to show themselves as you guys are in the market area. Let me pull up my sheet quick, just to make sure I'm not talking completely out of my ass here.
As we walk, Killian will kind of walk closer to Allura, and kind of like tap her on like the kneecap. Then we'll look up at her and go, "Hey, you doing all right?"
Yeah, just trying to stand in the middle of this crowd of Furbolg and Kobold and other people that are trying not to be seen, like this random old man that's been walking with us.
I guess compared to the rest of us, I can confidently say you look completely bland.
Thank you.
It's a compliment. You look good, but like, you're Killian's just gonna fucking walk away.
I think she
Tactful as
meant to
always.
say. I think she meant to say that you don't stand out, which is a good thing.
Thank you, Jerry.
Oh, you're welcome, dear.
Right. So you guys appear in, if I remember correctly, you guys appear at this northern part of the map.
Ooh,
Alright.
As you guys are walking and he's leading you towards the shore, you can see a number of things throughout the city. The first things that come to you as you're close to them are these beautiful blue crystalline arches that make up the center square of town. You can see within them these tall towers with the green roofs. Some of them almost appear to be marble stone at it's almost glistening in the sunlight of the early morning. You can also see further south, standing above even the towers of the center square, you can see the lighthouse at the shore, Cloves. This almost appears. It almost looks as though this was made to be a statue first and then a lighthouse later. You can, even at your distance, you can see that this is in the shape of the Wild Mother. It's from your distance, it's pretty close. Not too bad. And, the lighthouse is currently not lit, but you can see that there are thick vines and leaves hanging off of that lighthouse at almost every angle. Marvak continues to lead you down to this southern area where you can see a lot of people are currently moving about. Some of the people here appear to be more merchant types. Some other people are commoners going about their day, going to buy their food for the day, going for whatever their places of business. and Marvak will take you into this house here, which at the just above the door is what looks like a hurricane and an eye in the middle of it, which underneath says Eye of the Storm. Entering inside, it is fairly quiet as it is early in the morning. Some people are downstairs eating breakfast. Some of them look terribly hungover. Others just seem to be relaxing or preparing to deal with the rest of their day. You can see behind the bar two people. You see a very large black furred minotaur. His one horn is broken off just above his scalp, while the other is not terribly large, but curves just from the back of her head towards her forehead. And she is just wearing some very simple clothing and a leather apron over top, as she is currently at work at the stove, while behind her, a small green figure of a goblin is currently sorting through a couple of plates and cleaning them up. And seeing all of you enter will immediately kind of set things aside as he looks up at you. One eye is sealed shut from a large scar that cuts from the center of his forehead down to his right cheek. But he still has a very big grin. It's almost unsettling with how sharp his teeth are, but still greets you with a good morning, travelers. How are you going to be staying at the Eye of the Storm?
Of course.
Tall?
Still in shock and awe with the Minotaur.
Yeah, Killian's staring as well.
She doesn't seem to be paying much attention. She's actually kind of humming to herself as she is currently in the middle of making what smells like a very fine breakfast. And the goblin kind of follows some of your gazes to the Minotaur. Will look back and say, "Oh, don't mind her. She's harmless. It's really fine. But welcome. Are you going to be staying the evening? Are you looking for breakfast? What's your deal?"
Tall.
I'll take breakfast and I'll be staying an evening as well.
Right, and you looking to stay in one of our nicer rooms, or are you looking to bunk with somebody?
I'll take a nicer room, please.
Right, nice room's gonna be 2 gold a night.
And how much for the breakfast?
Breakfast kind of looks back at what the Minotaur is currently cooking and say, for that, looking at 2 silver.
Right. I'll hand him the 2 silver and 2 gold.
Thank you very much. And what's the name I can put down in the book?
Duncan. Duncan Dirk.
Duncan Dirk. All right, a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Pleasure.
Anyone else looking for a room and breakfast?
Room, please.
Room, please.
Allura, are we sharing a room?
Yeah.
All right.
Alright, if you're gonna be sharing a room, it'll be a golden night. Is it just the 2 of you, or is it more people sharing?
Creighton will just look to the group,
Okay,
see if
the
anyone
Lura.
has an
Here
opinion.
with you, Creighton.
Okay.
I think that's just the 2 of us. So
Yeah.
that's one golden night.
Yep, you can split it between the 2 of you, or you can pay
Yeah,
for the
there
other.
you
I don't
go.
care.
Killian will slap down a gold piece.
I think
Alrighty.
that leaves just me. Unless you want to share a room, Lassie.
He looks at Lexi.
No.
Yep.
Lassie.
No, me.
Also
No.
get my name right.
Creighton will also pay the gold for him and Clove's room.
All right. He will ask for names as he's taking out a very large tome, slamming it down on the counter, which actually makes some of the plates he was cleaning just a moment ago shake and rattle. Throws it open and starts writing down Duncan's name and hands him his key. All right, and who's next?
Killian and Allura.
Killian and Alora, and you're sharing your room, so here's your key. Next.
Laurel and Cloves.
Laurel and Cloves. All right, your key.
Thank you.
And you two.
Just write down Jerry.
Jerry, and your name?
Lexi.
Lexi. All right, got it. And hands you your keys. All right, your breakfast will be out in a moment, Mr. Dirk. And for the rest of you, you can take a seat somewhere if you want, or you can go about your day. Well, I'll have your rooms reserved for you guys. So
Thank
you
you.
can also go up. There, I believe he kind of flips through the pages. Yep, all your rooms are already open. It's been a quiet day.
Thank you, Mr.
Torque.
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 Oh,
And who
Thank you,
is?
Mr. Torque.
What's your friend's name again?
Oh, this is Neza. Who finally looks over her shoulder, big blue eyes kind of looking down at all of you. She gives a half wave over her shoulder before going back to her cooking.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I have stuff I need to unpack, so if you want to come to the room with me, Allura, I'm gonna head up.
Yeah, I was going to.
All right.
Yeah, head up.
Going to lay down. I still
We-
feel yucky.
We probably shouldn't spend more than just setting our stuff down. We do have someone to go visit. He
Marvak,
eyes Killian as he says that.
Marvak has been kind of standing towards the door as you guys were sorting out your rooms. He walks over, seeing that you guys have finished setting up, getting your keys and all that, and say, "Right, so I do need to go to the Emporium for a little while to take care of some business. But if you want to find me there, I will take you to the flat whenever you're all ready."
But I don't think this is gonna take this long. I'm just gonna go unpack my stuff.
Oh well, then I'll wait down here.
All right.
All right.
And Killian will go up to her room, unpack her bags, and hide all of her tools and the almost finished gauntlets of ogre power under the bed.
Okay.
Alex going up. It will just change back. Like, fuck this.
Okay.
I'm really gonna miss my old friend Jerry Sanders.
Yeah, no, he's dead. He died of old age. You're never seeing him again.
Heart attack in his sleep. At least it was
Yeah.
peaceful.
Man
Yeah,
was
I'm
to
just
himself.
I'm just his grandson, you know, checking the room.
Yep. You are Jeremy Sanders. So anyway, let's end this bit.
Yeah,
Actually, I have a question for everyone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Considering we're going to be here for a while, not everybody would be very helpful in this situation. Does anybody want to go hunting with me?
hunting for
Oh.
what?
Just hunting.
Absolutely, Lexi.
Such.
Sure, why not?
Have either of you used a bow before?
I mean, I've used a crossbow.
Killian,
I've never been hunting.
no,
Use that?
you can't run away from your mom.
Can-
I'm not going
Um,
now.
We're going to have to get you a bow then. Some arrows.
Do I have to use a bow, or can I use this? And she'll hold up her firebolt revolver.
Well, in a forest.
Fire.
Right.
So,
We'll be fine. I'll be fine. We'll figure
Look,
this out.
you enjoy hunting. I'm just gonna walk around town for a bit. Get later.
We're not going now, are we?
no.
Okay.
Time to get some supplies.
All right.
Oh,
well,
And
Here,
also,
actually.
weren't we going somewhere?
yes,
okay.
we're going to the flat.
Going
Marvak's
to
waiting for us
Yes.
downstairs.
Yeah, let's
Shouldn't
go.
leave something hanging.
I just put the cover back on my head, cover my face, and just walk out.
Okay.
Going to transform into a cute dog.
Aw.
Okay.
That's not fair.
That's not fair. Yeah,
Well,
Killian,
maybe
as
you let
she's
it
walking
talk.
with Lexi, will go, that's not fair.
Fucking
Cloves
cheater.
will ask to pet the puppy.
The
Can I
dog will
pet
kind of
puppy?
nuzzle up against you.
Oh.
All right. So is everyone going with Marvak to the flat?
Yes.
Yep.
Duncan's waiting
Well,
for his
yes.
breakfast.
Okay. Well, when you did you go upstairs to?
No, actually, I forgot they all went upstairs to talk.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
awkward. But yes.
Never
so,
mind. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, so your breakfast would have come out like not even like 2 or 3 minutes after everyone had gone upstairs. Neza was in the middle of cooking everything, so it like it was ready. It was pretty much ready.
Thank you, Nessa.
No problem. And she will go back to what she's doing as Torque will actually come up to you and kind of move his stool because he's kind of like on a rolling stool from behind the bar.
Nice.
So you just hear the wheels kind of scoot across the wood as he slides out in front of you, kind of puts his arm on the counter and goes, "So what you Nicodranas for?"
Mostly just traveling.
Oh yeah, where are you going?
Well, don't you know, the most fun place in the world, the Wildemount Empire.
Ah, you're heading north.
Mm-hmm. Though,
Well, have fun with that.
well, maybe not immediately. Nicodranas is certainly a really beautiful place, actually.
It is. I've really enjoyed my time here. I've been here for a couple of years now.
Oh, well, where are you from?
I'm actually up from Port Zune, so not terribly far. I didn't move that far, but they didn't really like my business there, so I took it here. And I mean, some of the Crown's guards are assholes every now and then, but everything's fine.
I'm sorry. Well, you seem maybe to be the most pleasant person I've met thus far. How are the Crown's Guard troubling you?
Oh, thanks for saying that. But as far as well, I mean, they're not really troubling me per se. Just no.
Well, look,
give me that weird look every now and then. Make
afraid
a
of
mess.
what you might do, or they're afraid of you and that scar you've got.
Well, funny story that one. You see, and as he's starting to go into the story, everyone's coming down the stairs.
I will be listening to him, having not heard the conversation upstairs.
Yeah, so as everyone's coming downstairs, you can hear Torque talking to Duncan, and he says, "So as I was heading from Port Zune to Nicodranas, I was carrying a lot of stuff, and I was kind of on my own right then. So lone goblin. Everyone thinks that they could take a lone goblin, and the assholes, the assholes. I mean, they're kind of tough, but they got a good one in on me. But you should see the other guys.
I bet.
Actually, you probably shouldn't. They're in a hole in the ground somewhere.
Well, I'll try plan to not dig them up, but still, happy that you were the one who turned out on the right side of all that.
It's funny what you can do with a tricky little dagger when no one's looking.
Oh no!
Can I insight check him? I don't trust that story. It sounds fibby.
You may insight check him.
Yeah, I'd like to do so as well.
By all means.
I'm entertained, but
Kilcray, the Crimson Terror.
Shut up.
Nix, I mean, fuck. How are you supposed to know? Sounds legit enough. Duncan, you're kind of looking at him funny as you're listening to him and trying to be like, is he telling the truth? And you see he makes eye contact with you, haha, and he kind of grins at you and says, "Oh, by the way, you should turn around."
I'll kind of cock my head. Sure.
There is a dagger floating behind you, about maybe 2 inches away from your head. The dagger floats, shoots around you, and he catches it and kind of flips it in his hand. It's a fun little trick.
That certainly is. None of my tricks are very, well, there's not much of a trigger. It just kind of happens.
Ah, well, looking at the lot of you, I'm sure you all got some neat little tricks.
Mm-hmm.
I would show them to you, but I don't want to burn this place down.
I appreciate that. I
Well-
really don't want this place to burn down. I've already had some issues.
Hey, no, you should be wary of her. The last spell she casted blew her arm off, and Duncan will
Oh,
have a big sheeting smile as he looks over to Kilcray.
Oh yeah, your arm. Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
It's very, very powerful.
it wasn't a spell. I lost it in a fight, but this one works just as fine.
Ah, well, that's a neat little thing.
Oh,
You make
Yeah.
that yourself?
Yeah,
Ah, impressive.
thank you.
Well, far be it from me to take up too much more of your time, but enjoy your time in Nicodranas and make sure you relax before heading to the Empire, because shit's kind of weird up there from what I hear.
I hear very much the same. Though, thank you for the warning.
Y'all have a good day. See ya. If you spend too much time outside, I'll see you this evening.
Right. I'll finish up my breakfast and scuttle up to Killian. Sorry, I thought you were gonna make up a story and it'd be funny.
What? No, I mean, huh? Oh,
Never mind. All good.
so should we go now?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, let's go.
You guys head out of the Eye of the Storm, where you see Marvak is outside. He's pacing a little bit, clearly in thought, but once he sees you, kind of snaps to attention and goes, "Ah, right, shall we?"
Lead the way.
Yeah.
All right then, and he turns and begins walking. So he will lead you guys to another part of the northern side of town, which, looking at my map here, it will be around here. Once again, you're kind of led from one marketplace to another and then into a residential area. Up here, it's a fairly nice part of town, from what you can tell. Everything here seems actually fairly nice. It's a smaller town than Port Damali. So, though you can see plenty of guards about with the mixed colors of the Crown's Guard and the Clovis Concord, everything seems to be in order. And things are pretty calm, all things considered, especially considering where you just came from. Leading you up to this 4-story building, Marvak heads inside and begins to walk up the flight of stairs to the 3rd floor, where he leads you guys into one of the rooms. And it is a fairly decent size. If you had to put the layouts together, it'd be around the same size as Spark's house, so it's a little crowded with all of you guys coming in, but at least Lexi's a dog, so
Yeah.
Lexi isn't taking up too much room.
Woof.
All right.
Where's? Oh, there's Lexi.
As you guys walk in, you can see to your right is the kitchen, where it has an island in the center, and currently there is Joy currently standing at the sink, which is against the far wall. And he turns towards you as he hears the door open, and he immediately lights up seeing all of you guys and goes, "Oh, hello! Didn't expect all of you, but it's good to see you again."
Hey, Joy.
Hey, Joy.
Hi, Joy.
Hello.
Oh, you're new? Looking at you.
Right. He'll wave his hand over his face, and just his face will change. The rest of him will look the same, but his face will
Oh,
change back. I
another trick.
learned a new trick, and then he'll do it
Yeah.
again. He looks like a furbog again.
Ah, I see. Very clever, very clever. But yes, everyone come inside. And everyone, the Marvak could be like just kind of steps and goes, "They've all eaten. It's all right." Ah, all right. Drinks, anybody?
No, I'm fine.
Sure.
We're gonna need a lot of those in a second, so yeah.
I could use some alcohol.
Joy kind of looks at you as you're saying that, Killian, and he. It takes a moment, but he seems to notice the arm, and his expression kind of drops to one of concern. He goes, "What? Uh, are you all right?" But he just looks confused.
Yeah, I'm completely fine. Just lost it a little bit back. But you know, it happens.
His jaw kind of drops, and you can see him like trying to think for a moment. He goes, "That doesn't just happen. No, it's not normal. It's not normal." He's saying this as he's turning to start like gathering drinks. And from the other room, you hear, are they all back, Marvak?
Nyx is gonna creep behind Killian. Not Killian, Cretan.
Killian's just gonna
I
start,
do the
like,
same.
Cretan's gonna
Killian's
Go lay down on the couch.
Are you
Duncan's
all
just
gonna
gonna-
try to hide behind the 2-foot kobold?
Duncan's just gonna
Clove's
lean,
not
No,
hiding.
I'll put it
He's
behind
just
behind
standing
the.
forward stoically.
just gonna lean by the
Alex.
wall near the door.
Yeah, Cretan is inching slightly towards the door.
Yeah.
Cloves is standing her ground.
Hey,
Fair.
hey,
Killian's
Laura.
just
Alex is
tensing
behind
up.
Laura. Alex is behind Laura as well.
He's considering the merits of just running.
Killian's tensing up, but she's also gonna get her shield out.
Cloves is... Yep, she good.
Marvak calls to the room. Yes, they're all back, Senna. You want to come say hello? Yes, one moment. And you hear something being set down before Senna comes out. The golden dragonborn that you are all familiar with at this point. Seeing Close first as she is standing her ground, she gives a big smile and says, "Hello again."
How are you?
Doing well. Julius is out at school. That's a new thing that he's doing, which is very exciting. I was actually
How's that
surprised.
going?
Good so far. He's still adjusting to life here in Nicodranas, but all things considered, this is a very nice town. But as Killian, oh, there she is.
Hi, Mom. And Killian will wave with her free arm.
She starts to smile, but you see the smile kind of stop and go back to kind of a neutral face as she tilts her head and goes, "Why do you sound like you're going to be in trouble?" Killian, what did you do?
So, and she'll take the shield off. I got a new arm.
There's just a few seconds of just blinking, just staring between you and the arm, and just you can see the gears turning, but nothing's coming out yet. Marvak, who is kind of standing between all of you, goes, "I'm going to go grab a drink." Just walks away.
I should help you with that, and I'm gonna go with him.
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Killian's just got a giant nervous smile on her face.
I don't want to take too much of your guys' water, and he'll just go out the front door.
Close says.
Cretan
Man,
is
that
too,
looks like a heavy glass of water. Let me help you.
Cretan is too big to go hide in the kitchen. He's just like standing there like, do I run? Is now the time to run?
After a few moments of processing, she very slowly reaches up and pinches the bridge of her snout. I think it would be a snout.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just kind of stands there for a moment, lowers her hand, looks at you. You can see the building fury.
Killian's still smiling. Just very nervously.
I'm just watching this from the couch.
The dog.
Funny thing is, she didn't even notice a dog when she was walking. But she goes, "Killian,
Yes, Mom?
How did that happen?
So there are 3 owl bears.
Killian. The last time I saw you, you were about to go deal with that the thing.
It's kind of my fault.
No. Shut up.
She kind of looks between the both of you.
While we were
No, go on.
while we were teleporting here, I kind of bumped into Creighton and almost fell out of the teleportation circle, and it ate my arm.
Marvak immediately goes for kitchen. That's not true. That's not true at all.
Even Marvak's afraid.
I will not take responsibility for your mistake by you blaming me on my magic.
Okay.
Senna kind of looks between everyone and just kind of claps her hands together, just holds them in front of her face for a moment and goes, Killian, if you don't tell me what happened in the next few seconds, I'm Killian.
So, okay. So there was an arena fight. Kind of got slightly pressured to go into. We kind of didn't, but it was. But Cretan ended up going into the fight because it was working towards our investigation, and so I was like, "This is my personal thing, so I don't want Cretan to, go in there alone. So I can, go in there with him and we can rely on each other and be happy." And then we died, and I got my arm cut off.
Still got her hands folded in front of her, just staring at you.
Cloves will raise her hand and she said,
She got better.
Yeah, I got better thanks to Cloves.
Still just staring at you, Killian, and a couple seconds will slowly look up to you, Cloves, and go, "Thank you, but."
she just nods.
Now you, looking back at you, Killian.
She just completely shrinks into her neck.
What do you think?
Well, at the time, I was thinking, oh god, that axe is coming straight towards my head, and so I got to block it, and I tried to block it with my arm, and then it kind of just went all the way down.
You are so much smarter than this. I know you're so much smarter than this. Why? Looks at you, Cretan, and says, "You put her up to this?"
I asked him.
And he's just frozen, just like, She offered, and I said, okay.
Don't blame him. I think I need to take the blame for this because Bahamut told me not to cower anymore, and this whole situation is me trying not to cower anymore. So kind of lost the thread I was going on.
And we're going to make the assumption that you are not putting the blame from this on Bahamut, because by his name, I will strangle you.
No, I'm just saying that Bahamut spoke to me a while ago and was like, you gotta not be a coward anymore. So I'm standing here and I'm not gonna hide behind them. Yeah. Just a big gulp.
She once again just reaches up and pinches the bridge of her snout. And you can see her just standing, puts her arm over her chest and just standing there, just clearly trying to process this.
If it's any consolation, I can completely tell you that I worship Bahamut now, and I'm a cleric for him. Yeah.
And what good would that be if you were still dead?
I got better.
Yes. Thank you again, Cloves. And what if she wasn't there? Did you go into that fight even knowing that she would do that for you? Did you have any thought that you might not see us again, that we might not see you again?
I was just thinking that I didn't want my friend to go through that alone, you know? And so I volunteered to join him. And I wasn't thinking it was a bad idea.
It wasn't supposed to be a fight to the death.
Yeah, no, that also was a thing. They never told us the rule that if we used magic, it became to the death.
You didn't ask?
They said it wasn't. They just said that it wasn't supposed to be a fight to the death. Was all they said.
Ask.
Well, we kind of did, and they kind of gave us a vague answer.
So you went into a fight in an arena, and I don't even want to guess what place, with only half the understanding the rule.
If it's any other consolation, we actually did end up taking down the organization that was responsible for that stuff.
Reaches up and pinches her brow again. I am glad, I suppose, for that, but I need to go sit down. She turns and, barely even letting you get in a word, she walks back into the room and closes the door behind her.
Sorry.
Cloves looks back at you smugly.
Oh, you're in trouble.
Shut up, Cloves.
Is it safe? Can we go back in?
Just picturing like the people, like the head sticking out from around the corner. But what has been this whole
Nick's
time?
peeks out of the kitchen at this point and is like, "Is everything good now?"
Oh no, this is an open area, so like you guys are basically just standing off into the kitchen, just trying to hide behind the island.
Okay.
Can we? Do we stay? I don't.
Joy speaks up and says that, well, you're more than welcome to stay, but I've never seen that woman angry.
Hey, Alex, let's go to the inn and copy some spells, yeah?
Yeah, let's go. We still haven't done that.
Yeah, see you guys.
I'm gonna hop off the couch and
Catch you
follow
at the
them.
inn.
Come on, puppy.
Bye.
Going to church.
She goes to church.
Okay.
Pray for us.
Killian, you know your mom, and having moms. Do we wait? Do we go?
You guys can go. I'm gonna go back and try to talk to her again.
Please tell her I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, but I didn't want her to glare at me again.
That's fine. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna go knock on the door.
All right, before we get to that, who is going where?
I think Alex and Nick are going to the inn.
Yeah,
I'll
Alex.
probably
going
before
to
that
the
until people are ready.
Okay, so Nyx,
Go shopping with me.
Lexi, and Alex are going back to the inn.
Mhm.
Close is going to the lighthouse. Cretan, are you staying? Are you going?
Cretan is going to go and just wander around the markets, just looking for things that look interesting, and things that would be a good apology gift.
Okay. And Duncan stepped away, so get to him later. All right, so starting off with Killian, as we're already in the scene.
Yeah.
Everyone leaves. Marvak and Joy are still in the kitchen, and you can tell that Joy's got like this very sympathetic look, and Marvak is like trying to focus on his drink.
When he leaves, Cretan hands Killian a healing potion and leaves.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Uh.
No more cowering. Okay. Killian will go up and knock on the door.
You don't hear a response for probably a good minute or two before finally you hear from the other side. Who is it?
It's Killian still.
Come in.
And she'll open the door and step in.
So you will step into a bedroom. You can see a new crib set up in the corner, which is like it's set up like a crib, though it's more of like a small actual bed with just has the crib like what's doors on either side.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't think of the word for a moment. And of course, a decent sized bed for Senna, and a couple of toys here and there. So most of them you recognize. Some of them not so much, but either way, it seems that they're settled down fairly well enough. Senna is currently sitting on the bed with her head in her hands, and will look up at you as you walk inside.
Killian will just give a meek wave to her as she walks in.
She doesn't say anything, just waits. She stares at you for a moment, says, "Close the door."
Okay. And Killian will do as she was asked.
She takes a very deep breath and seems to be trying to calm down. She doesn't look angry at this point. It almost looks like she's just tired.
Are you doing okay?
Killian, I've spent all week worrying, praying, and hoping that all of you were okay. And come back, and I almost lost you. Almost lost, and almost lost one of the two things I have left from Tobias.
I'm sorry.
She tries to say something but doesn't quite get it out and just ends up just turning and putting her head back in her hands.
Killian will go climb up onto the bed and sit next to her.
God.
It's not an excuse, but I have trouble really seeing the consequences of my actions, and how they'll impact other people in the long term.
I know.
Again, I'm sorry for putting you through all of this, everything. I want to get to a point where you don't have to worry about me,
Killian, I'm always going to worry about you.
I know.
Are you staying with them?
Yeah. We have stuff um, that is unfinished that I want to see through. And I made a promise to them. And all of them I enjoy knowing, and I like being with them. Except Alex sometimes. He can get kind of annoying.
He seems like a nice young man. A
Eh,
little dense, perhaps, but a good man.
yeah. And I don't know. I just enjoy their company. And I, part of this was stupid. I mean, all of this was stupid, but part of this was just a want to kind of be their leader.
Kind of
I
looks
don't
at
know.
you.
I kind of felt like most of, you know, my life I was second or or just an afterthought, you know, and you know, people never really had confidence in me, and to them, there are people in that group that I know um, actually look up to me for once, you know, and so I still want to be there for them, and I don't want to disappoint them.
Killian, you know that. You know you'd never disappointed either myself or Tobias, right?
Now I do.
Killian, even before all this, I know that he would have been proud of.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. I I wish you hadn't gotten hurt, and I wish you were a little smarter about whatever it is you did. But I am proud of you.
Thank you.
I can't say I'm terribly happy to see you off with all of them, but I won't stop you. I will say that if you ever end up back here, I expect to visit.
Of course.
Killian, what sort of danger are you in? If this is what you did in Port Damali, then what are you what are you facing?
Um, uh, it's hard to explain some of it. Um, just we I think most of us are people that don't no longer want to stand by when they see something wrong happen, you know? And all of us have sort of devoted ourselves to right a wrong that was done in the past. And so um we need to hike all the way to Jorhas.
She kind of blinks. Short. Oh. Yeah. Now?
we're not gonna leave immediately. We have a few days that we can stay in town, but
No, but I mean, there's a war going on.
she'll start kind of sweating and getting nervous again. We want to end it, stop it, or fix it.
Killian, that's a lot for anybody, let alone 7 people, most of which I don't even know anything about. Actually, I know almost nothing about any of them.
I should make them get to know you. But I don't know. It just feels like this is what I'm being called to do, you know? Uh, Bahamut, above all else, he's, a god of justice. And it seems like this is what he wants me to do, to help people find justice. A lot of people. And I don't think I can sit by and pass up the opportunity to help a lot of people.
She nods slowly, though her brow is kind of furrowed. And thinking for a moment, looks at you and says, Killian, I want you to promise me something.
Yeah?
Far be it from me to stop you from doing what you feel like you need to do. I don't agree that you have been called to stop an entire war, 2 countries that have been at each other's throats for gods know how long. But if it gets too much, I want you to come home. I
All
don't
right.
want you to risk your life for that. Kind of pauses for a second. People that don't know you.
All right. I will. And I will say, I'm not trying to be some kind of martyr or something. I want.
Better not be.
Absolutely not. I want to stay alive and help people so that I can keep helping people and they can learn to be able to protect themselves.
Gods, you really are like Tobias.
Yeah.
She kind of shakes her head a little bit, but she opens up her arms to give you a hug.
She'll hug her back. I miss him.
I miss him too. And things considered, I'm glad you haven't joined him yet.
Yeah. I'll try to keep him waiting.
As will I. I don't know if you plan to stay here, but Julius will be back in the afternoon if you want to see him.
I absolutely do.
I don't know if you want to go try to find your friends. It sounds like it cleared out.
Yeah. But before I go though, I have some weird questions to ask you.
She kind of tilts her head at you. Oh, right.
So, you've met her, but Allura, the redheaded wizard.
I remember Willora.
I like her. No. I think I'm in love with her.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and I kind of talked with her, and we kind of don't exactly know what that means, you know, or what to do, or how to act. Cloves started talking to us about all this stuff, but it was weird and really hard to remember.
She kind of blinks at you a few times. You see her kind of grinning a little bit, but she's kind of waiting to see if you're gonna say anything else.
Kelly's just shrugging.
Oh, Killian. Oh, Killian. So, what makes you think that you're in love with?
So, like, I don't know. When I'm around her, I get all like nervous and like I feel like I'm gonna throw up, but it's like when you uh throw up after eating some really good food. And so it's like sweet, but no. Um that's a bad comparison. I get this sort of nervous feeling, and being around her and talking to her makes me feel warm and happy. And she is one of the people that seems to look up to me and respect me. Thinks very highly of me.
Kind of nods. Thinks for a moment. So, you are in love with her because she respects you.
Uh, Not just that, but she's like also really pretty, and kind and sweet and smart and um, yeah.
She just smiles at you.
What?
uh, you know, when I met Tobias, I thought he was a bit of a dunce, I'll admit. He he was very kind and he was very smart, but I feel like some of your nervousness you might have inherited a bit from him.
Yeah, probably.
But at the same time, he was always careful and he always knew what to say when the moment was right. He didn't always know what to say, but he always tried his best, and sometimes that was what I needed. I I sort of knew I was in love with him whenever I came to your shop one day, and he tried to impress me with one of his little inventions, and I think it was the one I think he was trying to make that oh, what's it called, that clock that makes a sound at a certain time of day.
Oh, the alarm clock. Yeah.
That's the one. I think that's what he was trying to make, but whenever it made that sound, it started to spark, and I think it exploded. And have you ever seen a dragonborn turn red? A gold one.
No.
He watching him try very hard to apologize and to explain how it was supposed to work, and something something in the way he acted, I knew that he was going to end up being the one that I was going to marry.
That's very
It's
sweet.
love is hard to explain. It's really something that you have to know for yourself. No one's going to be able to tell you whether or not you're in love for sure, but if both of you feel the same way, then it is love.
Oh, this is useless now. She'll pull up a piece of paper that she is taking a note on.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
That's right. You like to take notes of things.
Yeah. Should I like take her on a date or something?
It wouldn't hurt. I mean, if you're sure about her, you then ask and see if the time you spend together it will help those feelings blossom.
All right. I think I can do that.
I think you can. You'll be fine.
All right. How long was it gonna be until Julius was back?
It'll be a little bit later in the afternoon, so if you want to go talk to your friends and just come back around just come back around dinner time.
Yeah. But I caught you up on all of our adventures last time that we were together, right?
Your adventures, you were talking about thing with the people in Portamali.
Well, like everything before that and how I met them.
I think you were a little preoccupied.
All right, well then I should probably explain how I met them and stuff.
How I met your mother.
How I met my party.
But for the sake of time,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and kind of hand wave that and move on.
Fair.
That's after talking with your mother. Are you gonna go? Where are you gonna go after talking to your mother?
And work on gauntlets.
And okay, got it. All right. So, speaking of the inn, let us go to Nyx, Alex, and Lexi.
You think she's still alive?
You know, I think so.
Probably, honestly.
I mean, it is her mother, so I doubt she'll kill her, but you never know. Anyway, about that book.
Yeah. You still have mine. You didn't give it back when we left.
Oh yeah,
Should I?
shit. Sorry.
Thank you.
So as you guys are walking into the inn, you see Torque actually waving you down.
I'll go over to him.
Hey, so you're Alora, right?
Yes.
I was told to give you this. And he holds out a folded piece of paper.
I take it.
Okay.
And then I look to Alex and Lexi, and I just creep to my room at an accelerated pace.
I follow.
Next, I'm following as well.
I get in, and as soon as I'm in the room, I kind of like wave for them to follow me into the room quickly. And then I slam it and shut it and lock it.
What's up?
What does the letter say?
I will show you the letter. Are you going to show Alex and Lexi, or are you going to look at the letter first and then maybe show them?
I was just gonna read it out loud.
I'll just show it to everybody then.
All right.
Because it'll get around.
All right. You can read it.
Old friend, it has been a while, hasn't it? I hope you've enjoyed your adventures so far. You've managed to garner quite a following, haven't you? Far cry from the nervous young man I mentored, and you seem to have grown stronger. I'm almost impressed. We parted ways on quite the terrible note, didn't we? Well, I think that I owed you a visit. You have been adding to my book, haven't you? I'd be interested to see how you're coming along. You know where my tower is. Come alone. I'm not interested in meeting your friends just yet. I'm sure you've told them terrible things of me. I'd hate to start on the wrong foot so soon. I am extending my hospitality under the hope you will come without malice. Do not test my patience. Regards, DC. If you guys are looking at Nyx right now, she is pale white.
Paler than usual.
Yes.
Okay, I'm not sure. That sounded more of a threat than a friendly letter.
Just a little. What do I do?
I don't know. Go?
Uh, there's no time. Do I go now? Like, should we tell everyone else first, or like Cretan would like that? Cretan would like that. We'll wait. We gotta tell everyone else first. We gotta wait for everybody to come back.
We'll leave a note with the barkeep. Because definitely not letting you go alone.
Yeah, well, he said that he wants me to go alone.
I'm not gonna go into the
disrespect him,
tower. I'll
like-
wait outside. We can wait outside, me and Lexi.
Are we going now? Is this like happening now?
Well, it depends. Does the invite say now?
Well, it didn't really give a time, did it? It just asked me to come see him. I assume any time is probably good.
If we're going now, I think it would be better, because more of us, he might not like that, even if we're all staying outside.
All right. Lexi, you didn't have any other plans, did you?
Lexi?
No, not right now, at least.
You coming too then?
Yeah, I'll come.
All right. Yeah, let's go, I guess.
Can I just take some time to finish that spell's copying?
Yeah, we
You
can.
still
we can
have
do
like
stuff,
2
right?
hours.
Yeah.
2 hours. Never mind. Let's just go.
All right. So like, do we just tell the barkeep, or like, do we?
Yeah, just.
Do you have something to write on, like other than your book, or like?
Just leave the same letter with him. Tell him to give it to Cretan when he comes, or anyone from the group.
All right. All right. All right. Yeah.
Maybe
and
right
then
in the
I
back.
will-
Right in the back that we've gone to see them.
Yes, I will do that. I quickly write on the back, we're going to see this man. And I'll write the address as well, in case nobody else knows it, because I'm pretty sure they won't.
Absolutely not. Okay.
And I'll hand it to the barkeep, and Torque, just give this to the people that I came in with, and hand it to them, and just kind of make sure it gets to someone that comes here.
Alright. You alright?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Yeah, I just had to pick something up and go in for a walk now.
He gives you a very suspicious look.
I give him finger crossbows.
He does not look
2 of 'em.
reassured.
I back
He,
away.
well, he doesn't try to stop you, but he clearly does not believe you.
So
I'll join in the finger crossbows.
Anyway, as we're walking, does this person know who you,
Yeah.
what you are?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, that's good at least, I guess.
No, no, no.
All right, that's bad. We're just adding to the bad pile.
Yeah, well,
I
remember
assume
when
there's
I
a
was
dangerous
talking?
person.
Remember when I was talking about my mentor?
Uh huh.
This was when I was, with Allura. And I said that they had died and all that, and but then I told you guys that I was actually not dead, and I stole the spell book. Yeah, well, this is his. He tried to kill me. Um, yeah.
Wait, then why are we going to see him?
Because you said this is what we're supposed to. I told you
I
guys the
did-
story before.
Yeah, still, I still thought that I don't know. It ended on better terms.
No.
Maybe you made up or something.
Well, from the note, I don't know, but maybe I.
Yeah, this is why I assume this. After hearing that note, I don't know if it sounds like he's being friendly but also threatening at the same time.
Yeah, well, he was pretty good at that. He does. Oh shit. Alex. He does work for the Empire. Is that like an issue for you?
That is probably the worst thing I've heard today. Okay. So
Oh,
good
that's
luck.
good. We're in
I'll
the
be
same
back at the
page.
end.
You're leaving me now. You tell me to do, and then you're leaving me.
Listen, I did not know the fucker
Alex,
worked
you're
with the
not
assembly.
doing this to me.
Listen, I am dead if he's with the assembly.
And I'm not.
Well, probably less dead than I
So
am.
then what part was this a good idea at all?
I never
Yeah.
said it
I'm
was.
freaking out over here, and I'm willing to listen to the first idea that somebody gives to me. And you
never
you
said
give
it was
me
a good
this
one.
and then abandon the
And
idea
you
altogether?
lot. I assume at this point you've been walking
Yeah.
and probably stopped at pretty much the gates or the archways leading into the center of town, as that is where you know the tower is. One of the Crown's Guard is shouting at you and is kind of just looking at you. He's like, "What? What are you standing around for?"
We're talking. It's a public place.
Well, do you have business here?
We don't know yet. Give us a sec.
What do you mean you don't know yet?
We're not sure if this is the right place. God,
I think you would know if you're coming to the towers.
Next, I'm running out of things to say. Hurry. Make a
Yeah,
decision.
I'm here to see an old friend.
And who would that old friend be?
Dicelis?
Kind of thinks for a moment. And then he reaches into a pouch at his belt and pulls out a piece of paper that's been folded over several times. And as he pulls it open, it almost looks like it's about to like disintegrate. But he looks at it, looks at you, and goes, "Alora?
Yeah.
All right, go in."
All right.
Just says Alora, though. What are these two doing here?
They were just walking.
Emotional support.
I feel good if they could stay outside.
They can stay right here. I'll keep them company.
Great. I guess I'm going in. Bye.
Just shout if you need help.
Oh, yeah. And
Shout
I
really loud.
walk in very shakily.
Just use thaumaturgy or something.
Don't have that.
So, shakily, you start heading into the center of town. There are a number of towers here, but you know exactly which one that you are going to, and this is the one that you learned how to be a wizard in. You are going to this tower right there.
All right.
It is not one of the taller towers here, but it is surrounded by a couple of they look like houses. As you're making your way there, you see quite a number of Crown's Guard coming in and out of these buildings. They kind of look at you, but don't bother you. And it seems that if once you gotten inside, you are supposed to be there. And you make your way to the doors where there is a well-dressed in a basically in a butler's attire, a very nice black suit. This person standing there, they have a slick and short-cut hair that is sandy blonde and pushed back very neatly. There is a very faded scar running along their their right jawline, and you don't. You can see that there is definitely life behind their black eyes, but not much else. And as you approach, they look at you and say, "Are you Alora?
Yes.
Follow me." And they turn on a heel and start walking into the building. And we are gonna go have a talk.
Oh my god.
I
Yay.
will bring you with us, Dusk, so the audience can
Hey,
hear.
Sin!
Have fun, Sid! All right, so. Sorry, I've got background noise, so this is very funny to me. All right, so you start moving into the tower. These are halls that you are familiar with. That you've walked them more than enough, and not much has changed. Really, the only thing that might have changed is the colors. The colors of the rugs, the draperies, even some of the paintings. They have seemed to taken on more red, more of the the maroon red of the Brunelian Empire. They weren't that way before, but they are now. You are led up a number of flight of stairs, and you are led into a very large study where you see at least the back of a very familiar head. He is not much has changed. He's still wearing these dark robes that have accents of green. There is a staff laying against his desk as he sits and is currently seems to be writing something down. There is a silver and gold orb with blue lights floating nearby as the golds and silvers kind of shift and morph and kind of spin around in place in this suspended air up next to him. And as you walk into the room, however shaky you might be, the attendant next to you kind of clears their throat and says, "Master, your visitor is here." And without even turning around, says, "Thank you, Nea. You may leave." And with a bow, they turn and leave the room. The door closes behind you, and you are standing in the study of your former master. There is a long silence as pretty much the only thing you can hear in the room is the clinking of metal as the orb next to him is floating and changing and shifting, and the sound of his quill on paper. And after what feels like an eternity to you, finally sets down his quill and turns in his chair and smiles at you. Reads. Always a pleasure. Oh, we're going with the silent treatment.
Oh, I didn't hear what you had said other than read.
Oh, I said, it's a pleasure as always.
Yeah. You as well.
Come, sit. I want to take a look at my book. And as he moves his hand, kind of gesturing to the side, a chair kind of pulls itself from the side. There's a couple of books and scrolls on there, but some of it kind of falls to the side, and there's not enough on there to stop you from moving it. As he pulls it next to his desk.
I will take a seat.
The orb continues to shift and morph behind him as he watches you take your seat and smiles and extends a hand, clearly expecting the book to appear in it.
I will grab the book from my waist and hesitantly pass it over the table.
He will take it and kind of sit back in his chair as he pushes open the cover and starts to flip through the pages. He kind of nods a little bit as he's looking through, and he seems to be taking his time. Seems very relaxed. Doesn't seem worried in the slightest as he's just flipping through your spell book. And after a few moments, he comes to the end of what you've added so far. Kind of tilts his head curiously as he looks at it and says, "You've been gone for a little while. I honestly expected more."
Well, people trying to kill me and things, sometimes I don't have time to write spells down.
Well, you seem to have a couple of interesting additions in here, things that I know that I have not taught you. One of your friends?
Yeah.
Which one? The scraggly-haired looking one, or the small one?
How do you know my friends?
He smiles at you. What, you think you can just leave with my property and you would never see me again? I wouldn't keep track of my property?
Well, I was hoping.
Well, he snaps the book shut. The sound echoes through the study as he gently places it down on the table between you and says, sorry. And he sets it down in the book and says, well, you hurt my feelings when you left, so of course I was keeping an eye out. I've not kept a close eye, but enough. And there is one among your party that interests me.
And that one is...
Probably the one who taught you these your little tricks. Cloverfield, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, that's his name.
He grins slowly as he folds his hands on his stomach as he leans back in his chair. That sounds about right. Honesty amongst friends, such a good policy. I'm glad that you've learned it.
And I give like a half smile.
He gives you a full smile back, then leans forward. It's almost a sudden movement considering how relaxed he's been, as he leans forward and puts his hands now on the table and says, "So, here is the deal. I will cut to the chase, considering that I'm sure you're not terribly excited to be here.
Not exactly.
I need a favor, and I feel as though I am owed a favor, considering not only the book," he taps the cover, "but the many hours of training that I have given you, and you owe me, whether you like it or not."
All right, what's the favor?
It's quite simple, really, and frankly, once it is done, you never have to see me again unless you just so desire to see this handsome face of mine. The wayward son needs to go home. Cloverfield.
And How do you expect me to do that?
You can
Just
drag
ask.
him there, you can walk him there, you can tie him up and throw him in the back of your cart and walk him all the way there. I don't give a flying fuck, if I'm being entirely honest. And as I said, honesty is a good policy.
Well,
I
then,
just need him to go home. He's not going to die, but I need you to see him home.
why?
There are some people that I'm sure you're well aware of at this point that are very interested in seeing him go home.
That's pretty vague. You know, honesty is a pretty good policy.
I am being honest, but the details, some of them could potentially get you killed, so while honesty is certainly a best policy, so is discretion.
So, what? I get him home and that's it? You don't come looking for me? You don't watch me? You leave me and the friends alone?
He sits back in his chair and kind of extends his hands, kind of open palmed, this very relaxed gesture, and says, "Simple as that. And you'll even be able to keep your friend. You maybe, if you so desire, you could tell him that he needs to go home, or maybe you keep it to yourself. That I will leave to you to decide. I frankly don't care how he gets home. He simply needs to go. And when he does, he will be returned to you within a matter of time, the matter of which I am not aware of. But he goes home. The people that have been very interested in seeing him will pay him a visit, and you'll be on your merry way. And you can be whoever you want to be."
I take it this isn't exactly an offer I can refuse in my current position.
He gives you a big smile. "In the interest of honesty, no."
Well, do I get to keep that? And I point to the spell book.
If you agree.
Nix takes a deep breath in, and like their shoulders kind of hunch back.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try.
Trying
But you,
good enough.
well, I can't exactly ensure that I get him home 100%. You know, there's always that little bit of. Yes, I'll do it.
There you go. I'm sure he wants to go home just as badly as I want him to go home to his family. And all I am asking of you is just to make sure he goes home. It's really quite simple, and frankly, you don't have to tell him a thing. Unless you just so desire to tell him so. Once again, I will
Okay.
leave that to you. But, and he leans forward again and places his hand on the spell book, I will be ensuring that this gets to Zadash.
Okay. Is
And
there like time frame we need to follow, or
preferably within the month. Though, considering the current times that we are living in, it would be understandable for you to take a little longer, no more than 2 months.
right? um. Okay. Anything else I can do for you?
He pushes the book forward and gives you a smile and says, "Well, once all of this ugly business is out of the way, you're always more than welcome to come back, and we'll see about adding more to this book. I'm very interested to see how it grows."
Of course, Mr. Cerulean. And I grab the book, just like with
He
one hand.
Yeah, he sits back, taking his hand away from the book as you grab it and says, "By the way, what is the name of that form?"
What form? My true form?
He nods.
Nyx.
Nyx. Pleasure to make your acquaintance. And this form is Allura, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Good. Good to know. All right, off you go. Good luck.
I stand and I walk towards the door and I stop and bow on my way out. And then I hastily sprint down the stairs. No.
All
Speed
right.
walk. Speed walk.
Got that mall walk going on. I understand. Alrighty. Very good. You are not stopped on your hasty walk out of the tower, and you quickly make your way back to your companions. And we will go back. All right. So, after a good 10, 15 minutes, Alora comes mall walking back towards Alexi and Alex.
She does not have a good look on her face.
You. It didn't go well, did it?
Yes and no. We're
Elaborate?
gonna need another group discussion.
All right.
Yay.
Do we want to do it now? So I can meet people.
Yeah, if you can go round everybody up and get them to the inn, that'd be great.
Right.
You okay?
Yeah.
That sounds more like a no.
It's complicated, but you're gonna understand soon. If I'm honest, Alex, I think you might be in a bit more trouble than me.
Always exciting to hear. Let's go, I guess.
All right, so you guys start making your way back to the inn. Lexi, I assume you go and start trying to find people.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with Cloves because I know she's at the tower. And then I'm gonna try to run over to Marvak's house to collect Killian because I think she's still there,
Mm-hmm.
and then try to find everybody else after that.
Okay. Well, we will move the camera over to the tower as Cloves. You start making your way from the beach, heading up to the lighthouse. It is up on some very rough-looking rocks, though stands valiantly above all of it. There is stairs carved into the rock leading up to the lighthouse, and you are more than welcome to take them.
Yep, she'll
It
walk
is
up.
it is a bit slick as the crashing waves come and go against the rocks, but you are quite familiar in keeping a sturdy foot, so you are able to get up without a single problem in the world. The doors are closed, but you see a sign on the door saying come as you will." And moving inside, you are immediately greeted with another, what looks like a chapel. This one is not quite the same as the Mother's Grace in Port Damali, as this is a bit rough. Instead of pews, there's a couple of chairs here and there. Some of them are in like organized spaces, others are not. They've kind of been just pushed around and left there, kind of forgotten. Sorry, I should stop looking at Discord. There is a single podium up towards the back of this space, and behind that is a flight of stairs that seem to go up. But there's currently no one in here, and even in here, you can hear the echoing waves crashing against the rocks below.
Mm-hmm.
So, what would you like to do?
She is going to just kind of look around the place, like see if she can see any like decorations of, the Wild Mother, any like spiritual decoration.
So, looking around, you do see carved into the rock what looks to be murals of ships on the waves and clouds overhead. Um, Most of it is faded, though. It seems as though it's not been properly taken care of, and it's kind of been weathered down. It's not as though like the waves are like the water's constantly wearing this down, but it just seems though it has been here long enough that over time it's just started to erode away.
She kind of looks at this and frowns a little at the fact that it's disappearing, but she doesn't have any skills to like upkeep it either. So she's just kind of looking at the murals.
Yeah. And as you're kind of looking them over, you hear loud footsteps coming down the stairs from the other side of the podium, and you hear "Hello?"
Oh, hello.
Coming from the stairs. There is a very tall woman, probably 8.5 foot tall, very bulky with grayish skin that has tattoos covering them. You know a Goliath when you see one. You've met plenty on your journey from your home to where you are now. They're not common, but they're you've only noticed them in the northern part of Wildemount, so seeing one here is a bit odd. But she is currently dressed in just a very simple tunic that has dark greens with light green accents, and just a simple pair of trousers and boots. See, not nearly what you would expect, considering your last couple of experiences have been in proper churches. But she kind of leans down to come from the stairs and is able to stand up straight as she is now in the chapel area. Gives you a big smile and says, "Oh, hello. Been a while since anyone's been around here."
Hey, to come here. By Leah.
Leia! Oh, and done in Port Damali.
That's right.
Ah, yes. Very good one, that one. But, pleasure to have you here. What can I call you?
Cloves. Thank you.
Cloves, pleasure to meet you. I'm Liko. I don't know if Leia told you my name, but Liko.
Did I believe so?
Good, good. Is there something I can help you with, or are you just visiting?
Oh, she said I could celebrate the festival here, or yeah.
Ah, the grandeur.
Yes.
Oh, good. I have plans for the festival. Need to go double check them. I have a couple of people coming in the next day or so to help set things up. It'll mostly be on the beach, but if you're sticking around, you're more than welcome to help set things up, or you're welcome to just come and enjoy. The celebrations are going to be a little. You see her kind of deflate a little bit. A little different this year. Usually, we're able to go and sell out to the sea to enjoy the beauty of the sea as the Wild Mother gives it to us. But selling this year is well, not we're not really allowed to do so. But we can still celebrate on the beach and enjoy the sunset.
She'll nod.
Sounds lovely. And yes, I will help you if you need any help setting things up.
Good. Well, I don't have anything today, but tomorrow is when we will start setting things up for the most part, and on the day of the grandeur is when we will get our shipments of fruits and meat and fish and all of the things that we'll be using to celebrate. And so you're more than welcome to help us set up and come and, of course, enjoy. If you have any friends, you're more than welcome to bring them along.
thank you for the invitation.
Of course, it's always nice to have another friend in the Wild Mother.
May she watch over you.
You as well.
And Cloves is just gonna go like bow to her and then kind of go back to looking at the mural.
She gives you a bow as well, and she starts to walk up the stairs, but actually comes back down after probably not even 2 or 3 steps, and says, "You are another sister in Melora, are you?"
And she will pull out her holy symbol.
She gets a big smile and pulls hers out as well. Hers is it appears to be handmade. There's just what looks like twine. It's just been wrapped together, and old kind of dried out flowers have been kind of entwined into them to make up her holy symbol. And she says, "I'm glad to meet another one. Don't have a lot of people around here. I'm usually taking care of the lighthouse during the night, and sometimes some people come during the day, but not many. As you can see, I'm a little embarrassed to have someone else of Malor here while the, the trouble is in the state."
Aw, it is okay. It must be hard keeping up with this all alone or with few people.
It's a little lonely, but I mean, people are nice here, and I get some help from the locals every now and then. And of course, I always if I go to the storm, I always get a nice drink from the sailors. I always appreciate a good eye.
Close on that.
But what brings you to here to Nicodranas?
Traveling. We're going to stay here for a little while. One of our friends has family here.
Oh, well, good. Well, of course, they're more than welcome at the grandeur.
I will tell them.
She smiles and nods to you. Right, well, I won't take up much more of your time. It's just it's nice to talk to someone else.
She'll bounce as
She'll bow to you as well, and then turn to go back up the stairs.
She's kind of. She will actually close her eyes and sit down and start praying.
Okay. You start to pray, and you take your time. You just giving, doing what you do whenever it is you pray, and you start to feel that warm presence coming over you again, which is immediately interrupted by the doors flying open with Lexi bursting in the door.
Cloves, and we need to speak.
Who
Something
died?
happened.
Okay. Do I need to have the diamonds ready?
Not immediately deadly situation, but we
Boring.
need to speak.
Okay.
At the end, I'm gonna go gather everybody else up.
I was waiting for a fight. All right, let's go.
All right. So you make your way back to the inn as Lexi is going to go try to find the others. So let's cut over to Duncan, if you're here.
Yes, I am.
Do you want to have what you're doing in private, or do you care?
Let's do private. I'll see how it goes first.
All right. So I'll bring you and Dusk over. So enjoy your time, everyone. All right. So you are walking about the town, trying to keep an eye out for the signs of the lens, which those of you in the chat, the lens are the spies of the Kryn dynasty. you know the signs, but as you're looking about, you don't quite see anything that catches your eye. But as you're walking and you're thinking and trying your best to kind of come up with anything, you remember from Irene that there is a contact here in Nicodranas at a shop called the Clever Aspect.
I have that in my notes. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. That's why I made you roll a history check.
Gotcha.
But funny enough, you actually passed by it during your walk, so you actually know where it is and can go back to there.
Oh. And just to clarify, if I remember right, she only warned me about other cells that are like within the Empire, right? Like your suggestion here didn't come with that warning of people being taken or found out.
She didn't have that sort of information, but suggested the Clever Aspect because they were closer to the Empire and would have more information.
Gotcha.
So, easy enough for you to find your way back to the Clever Aspect, which is a simple magic shop that has just a pair of reading glasses, a top of book for the sign, with the Clever Aspect written on the book itself. Heading inside, it is a fairly modest shop. This is a smaller town than in Port Damali, so not quite as extravagant as the shop that you were in just the day before. But as you're sort of walking in and looking around, you hear from the back of the shop, hello?
Hi. I was um, hoping to maybe buy something. I'm looking for a particular potion.
Oh, okay. And from behind a curtain, you first saw the head of a silver dragonborn kind of pop out and look at you curiously. But saying that, the dragonborn fully emerges. Not terribly tall, probably around your height, but she's wearing just very simple brown robes that don't have sleeves, which show these archaic runes on her arms, going from her shoulders down to the back of her hands, which glow a very nice dark blue. And looking at you, she smiles as the her scales almost kind of glow in that blue light. She says, potion, what are you looking for?
Uh, I was looking for some poison resistance.
Poison resistance. Let me take a look around here. I think I might have something.
Oh, I'm sorry. What's your name?
Oh, Akira Urek. Pleasure, sir.
Pleasure. Duncan. And could I ask about those runes on your arm? They look very interesting.
Ah, yes. I learned that it is easier to have, rather than writing something down in a book, I took the time to make these. I don't have, these are only two different spells, but it's simple. And they're simple things that I could use if things should happen, and unfortunate things that, of course, I would never wish for.
Oh, it's a bright idea.
And she nods and kind of turns and then she kind of pauses and looks back at you and says, "Yes, right. Though I did hear that. Well, considering the time, I hope it doesn't get dark soon."
I mean, it's only the afternoon, isn't it?
Yes, right. Of course. That silly me, sir. And you, of course, you knowing the sign, can
Yeah.
see her kind of reaching for her belt.
Yeah. Was it? Could it be possible if I could see that as like hostility, or
You can roll
Like-
insight.
if Duncan's just curious as to maybe who could be compromised or not, having
Yeah,
heard the warning before?
Yeah, roll your insight. Kind of looking at her and try to gauge her intentions. She seems more curious than hostile, and it's a genuine curiosity.
Mm.
She reaches into her belt and she seems to be waiting for you to do the same.
Yeah, I'll smile. Just being careful. And I'll reach into mine and show it.
Yeah, she as you pull yours out, she does as well. And basically, the moment that you both kind of confirm the coin that shows who is a contact or a lens, she immediately puts it back into her belt and motions for you to follow and says, "Of course, always good to be careful these days. Come,
Mhm.
come."
Of course.
And she will lead you towards the back of the shop, where you do see back here. It seems to be where she is keeping most of her potions in stock. There's not much out on the shelves, obviously, for
Mhm.
good reason. And as she turns, she waits for you to come inside. A light. She immediately casts from her hand dancing lights as four orbs of lights kind of light up the room, allowing her to then shut the door behind her. And she looks at you with a smile and says, "Always good to run into another one of you."
Of course. Always good to see someone I can trust.
Well, what brings you here?
Well, a lot of things really, but most of all, passing to the gates, hoping to get back home.
Oh, right, the ships. Damn.
Mhm.
Right. Do you have means to get inside, or are you hoping for blind luck?
There's a contact at the gates I should be meeting with. But
Ah,
as to the means and as to the people who will follow me, which aren't exactly subtle, a kobold being one of them, I'm still a bit confused as to the means, but trust they'll find a way.
I see. Um, hmm. If you have a contact at the gates, they'll be looking for a reason as to why you are coming from Nicodranas or the coast into the Empire. Your best bet is to try to pass yourselves off as merchants or something similar.
Hmm. Would refugees not work?
Uh, their refugees are coming out of the Empire. They're not going to the Empire.
Gotcha.
You're aware of the war, of course.
Of course.
Yeah, things have been shaky, um, especially towards the well, towards the Ashgard garrison. Our people took the garrison, and I believe they're trying to push further into Morrow Valley, but I haven't heard what's come of that yet.
Hmm.
And obviously, since they took the garrison, which is a substantial position, uh, everyone's nervous, and so people have been trying to come to here, and that some of them are staying in Nicodranas, some of them, but there's not been a lot, but enough that I've heard enough word.
Of course. It's of vital importance that we make our way there. And I'm not sure exactly how the Ashkeeper Peaks may, well, how we'll get through. But I've heard warning that there's a dragon laying in those mountains,
A dragon, huh?
which is the potion request.
I see. Well, I have four available. Considering your position, I can't quite give them to you, but I'll give you a discount.
Of course. In fact,
Go ahead.
if I'm looking to sell the piece, I have plenty of gold and coin on me. I can buy as much as I really can, or seemingly. Might
Well,
help pass off as the merchants.
I have four potions that I can. Four potions of resisting poison that I can give to you. And as far as the merchants are concerned, I actually am in need of having a shipment sent up to Allfield, which is a town not too far up the Amber Road.
Hmm.
It's the shipment won't be ready for a couple of days, so I don't know if you plan to how long you plan to stay here.
Well, can't travel to my contact soon enough before they arrive, but I'm sure they'll be patient. And who I'm with have some reason to stay here for a bit. And it seems so that I do as well. So I think
Good.
we'll be more than fine.
Good. In that case, it's a small shipment, but I'll have papers ready and a couple of rougher looking folk, and I'm sure Kobold can find their way to say that they're protecting the cart. That's easy enough.
Oh, definitely. She has a well, one, she doesn't really stop talking, but she has this metallic arm. She's certainly seen combat enough. Should pass off well.
Good, perfect. Then in that case, I'll write up papers for you to be able to get through the gates without too much trouble. You can meet your contact, and from there, I don't know what else I can do for you. But if you can see that the shipment to Alfield, I would certainly appreciate it. But should the need arise, I would rather you be safe.
Of course. Though, with as much as I've been hearing, it might do well for us to have that shipment be made.
Right. So, how long do you plan to stay?
I can be here as long as it takes for the papers, but judging by others, maybe several days, no more than a week.
No more than a week. I think if all goes according to plan, of course, I'll basically have the shipment ready after the grandeur. That's in about 2 days.
Mm. All right.
So 1 or 2 days after the grandeur, come to me and I'll tell you whether or not I'm ready.
Understood. And if it happens to be, just so we're on the same page, I came here for some potions, and you offered some work, and it just so happens to be in the direction we're going.
Of course. I'm always looking for good mercenary work, so you all seem strong enough to be able to handle it, so I gave you the job.
I'll be sure to. I could bring them by, but I'm sure they'll be more than happy to hear that they have work.
Of course. I'll make sure that there's a bit of gold in it for all of you, of course, and I'll add in a couple of potions for safekeeping.
Of course. Now, I don't mean to interrupt or anything, but those poison resists would come in handy.
Yes, of course. Give me just a moment, and she goes and starts looking through her shelves. As you can kind of see, she seems to be more of an alchemist than really anything else. There's a lot of potions here, and
Nice.
so she pulls 4 vials and brings them over to you in a little box, and hands them to you and says, "For all of these, I will run you about 400."
Easy. For 40 platinum.
Very good. Everything's in order here, sir. And I'll be looking forward to having all of your help with the shipment.
Of course. And I'll be more than happy to have you pay me for it.
Of course. Funny enough, you'll be getting your money back. But good day to you, sir.
You too.
She kind of gives you a half bow before opening the door and ending the dancing lights and kind of walking you out.
All right. I'll just head back to the flat, assuming that Killian has survived.
All right, very good. We will head back.
Yeah.
There we go.
We have arrived, motherfuckers.
Welcome.
A second later, you'd have heard of something else. Anyway.
Anyways,
So I got this letter.
Oh God, not again.
Everyone's getting letters.
No, Duncan, you wouldn't be there to tell us. You'd leave a letter.
Would I?
all right, who's next?
In any case, well, you, as a matter of fact.
Oh, good, me.
Nice.
So you are walking around town. Is there a particular direction you are going, or are you just taking in the sights?
I wanted to mainly go to the market stuff because I am looking for just oddities and also a gift to buy to give. I'm sorry, I got your daughter killed present.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Oh boy. All right, cool. So I don't find anything.
All right, 11. So, about how long do you plan on walking around? Just like until you find something, or until something stops you?
Pretty much until something stops me or I find something. I don't want to go back to the house where the upset mom is. So it's essentially
Fair.
why I'm here.
Okay. So you're walking around the market. Most of it's open, so there's plenty of things to kind of look at. There's nothing necessarily impressive here. Most of the stands are basically for fish, or there's like one jewelry stand that's kind of nice, but yeah, open market jewelry stores
Yeah.
can be a little iffy.
Yeah.
Um, there is one stand that seems to be selling pre-made weapons, but other than that, as far as things that would settle for an apology, um, towards the end of, let's say, about a 20-minute walk around, there is one stand that is selling flowers. The flowers are actually curious, since you were from Jorhas, and so flowers are not necessarily something that are terribly common.
Yeah.
At least not flowers that are not trying to eat.
Yeah.
These flowers are very bright, exotic. They see some of them are of colors that you would have never expected to be from something like this. The woman behind the stand is currently kind of calling out and saying that she has flowers straight from the forest nearby, which name that I need to remember real quick. Korsaka Jungle,
Okay.
which, looking at them, I mean, they seem like they could definitely be from straight out of a jungle.
Yeah. He doesn't
Definitely
have
look
any
weird to
reason to
you.
doubt it right now, so.
Yep.
Uh, flowers, that's a good present. He will go over to the stand.
All right, you walk over, and the woman kind of looks up at you with a big smile and says, good afternoon. Is there something I can get you?"
Yes, I'm looking for some flowers to give to someone as an apology.
Ah, what sort of colors do you think they like?
Um, red, gold.
Red and gold? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, it's easy enough. Give me just a moment. And she starts to kind of gather up some of the flowers that she's got laid out, and kind of folds these very beautiful, these kind of yellowish, goldish flowers that have very large petals that bloom out almost flat. And towards the middle, it's got these very long stems that look as though they probably would have fallen on them, though to have probably been knocked off about this point.
Hmm.
And along with those are just fairly simple roses that she kind of bundles up into a very nice bouquet, and shows them to you and says, for this, I would run you 1 gold.
All right, he will happily pay you gold.
Okay.
And
She
take.
will take your gold and hand you off the bouquet. And good luck with your apology.
Thank you. Thank you. And he will slowly, but he will begin making his way back to the house.
All right. So as you get to the house, you actually see Duncan. You had been stopped almost at the door by Lexi, and you see both Lexi and Duncan standing there as Lexi. Go on.
The inside. We need to talk. Have I ran into Killian yet?
You have not. You haven't gone inside yet. You basically caught Duncan at the door. If
So
he's here.
I haven't gone to Killian.
No, not yet. You've caught Duncan. You can see Cretan walking up.
I'm gonna go get Killian. Alex and Allura are upstairs.
All right. Sorry, I got back a little bit late. Did you say something before that?
Alex and Allura are upstairs. I'm gonna go get Killian.
Is there something happening? Or
To talk.
no? Right. Be upstairs then.
All right, I'll be up there soon.
So, Killian, as you're kind of wrapping up your conversation with Asena and kind of having explained to her the adventures of yonder, there's a knock on the door. Coming into the slat, you hear Joy saying something before Joy knocks on Senna's door, and Senna, of course, says, "Come in." Joy opens the door and says, "Your friends are back, like Lexi, Duncan, and Cretan."
Oh, okay. Uh, sorry. Mom. If they're back, I'm gonna go visit them. I'll try to swing by tomorrow and hang out with you and Julius.
Of course, and be careful.
Thank you. I will.
She goes in for another hug before you leave.
Killian hugs her and then will like push her off her and look at her in the eyes and go, "I will."
she kind of grins at you.
All right. Well, time to see what they want. And Killian will hop off the bed and go walk to the front door. And we'll open it and look out at Lexi and go, "Hey, what's up?"
We need to talk back at the inn.
Did I do something?
No, it's something else.
Okay. And
Sorry.
Killian will start walking.
Sorry, what kind of I suppose we're being hush for a reason.
Yes.
Great.
Because we have to go. I'm going. If Joy had come out, Cretan is going to ask Joy if he will give these to
Here,
Killian's mom.
Cretan, I'll do it for you.
Okay. Tell her I'm
Killian,
sorry.
Take them back and tell her, "Hey, Creighton sent these. He wanted to give them as a I'm sorry bouquet."
Mother said, "Tell him I said thank you."
All right. And she'll pass them over and then head back outside and go, look at Creighton and go, she never wants to see your face again.
And you immediately hear from behind, "Killian."
She said thank you. She appreciates it.
When you say that, his face does immediately drop. Like the moment we first say that, then when he changes, he goes, "Oh, okay, good. I'm glad. Then we should probably go."
All right. I'm gonna walk back to the inn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since Dylan has stepped away, I'm also going to step away for just a moment to go grab her a drink.
All right.
Okay. All right.
And here I
One
thought
second.
the hardest conversation today was to be with Killian's mom.
Nope.
Nope. Do we want to make this break
yeah.
break time?
Whenever Dylan gets back, we'll just hop back into it. Actually, we can go ahead and get started.
Okay.
We'll say that you guys will actually start having your big talk whenever he gets back.
Okay.
All right. So one by one, you start to make your way back to the inn. It's a little confusing, but those of you who arrive, it'd be clothes, then pretty much everyone else.
Yep.
As you all kind of grouped up. But yeah, obviously, Alora is not looking great. Ah, well, you just came back. Perfect. All right. You have all made it back to the inn in relative time. Go ahead.
What is
What-
happening?
Yeah, what's
Is everything okay?
Nick,
Does like a head count of everybody, make sure everyone's here, like we're not missing someone.
Oh, real quick. Whenever you had gotten into the inn, Torque would have waved you over and handed you the letter and be like, I was told to get this to you.
Okay.
Ah,
I just won't read it.
Yeah, so it is the letter with on the back of it whatever Nick's written.
Okay. Well, I was told to go here.
I mean, I was just told to hand this to someone, and they didn't take it whenever they came in, so I'm handing it to you.
Okay. Well, I will go to where they said to go.
Okay, good luck.
She's just gonna go back in the rooms.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
So, no one's missing, or
No, it doesn't look like it.
next?
What's wrong?
So I got a letter from the guy at the desk, Torque. Oh, I left a letter with the guy at the desk, Torque. Do any of you have the letter? Do you give it to anybody, or
I have it.
you have? Can I have the letter back, please?
Yes, you can have it.
I take the letter. So I got this letter from Torque at the desk. It's from my mentor that tried to kill me. That I told you all about. He told me to come and see him alone. Alex and Lexi went with me, but not all the way. We left the note so you guys would know, and like it wouldn't be bad because like you would know when you got it, and like hopefully someone would have been back soon, which I assumed, and then like because I know you didn't want us to like sneak around, but I figured there's three of us, and like I left the letter,
Next.
so like everybody would. Okay, right. So I went, and he wants us to take Alex to Zadash.
Dear.
Oh. How?
Alex
how did
goes
he-
pale.
How did he already? Well, how did he know you were here? And how did he know Alex was here?
I don't know exactly how. He is a divination wizard, so it's probably some kind of spell. But
so does
yeah,
he knows Alex?
I don't know how much he knows. He does know about all of you. I'm not sure what other secrets he might know, and I Duncan. But I suggest we keep any of that hush for a while.
Yeah.
Well, I prefer no one ever talks about it to anyone.
I didn't mention anything to him.
I would.
As this talk
would
is
hope so.
happening, Killian will expend a spell slot to cast Detect Magic.
Roll me a perception check.
Oh, please, please. I have a +5. Please.
Seeing her cast that spell, do I see the expression of her face when she fails?
Well, she doesn't fail to cast a spell, but it has vocal.
No, I mean, like, she does.
Somatic components.
I mean, you see her cast a spell, and you probably see her. I don't know if disappointed or is a word, but she doesn't
Good
say
enough.
anything.
Good enough. Chronal shift.
Do I do it again?
Yeah.
Watch me get worse.
No.
Watch me get worse.
It has happened. It's happened.
Oh, thank God.
No, it didn't.
Okay, not bad at all. Looking around, using your detect magic to see if anything is there. You don't see anything. I mean, beyond the magical items that you guys are carrying.
Mm-hmm.
So, was anything said if you don't do what he said?
Bad things, I would assume. Mostly, death, probably. He
Why
wants
does he
Alex
want me to
alive. He didn't really specify other than somebody wants to see you.
Yeah.
Did you get a name?
Not really in a position to ask names, but thank you. I'll think of that in the future.
No. You can't just. I'm sorry, but you can't just ask Alex to go into a place he knows
I'm
nothing
not. I'm telling you guys that that is exactly what I've been asked to do.
Well, the thing is, I know everything about that place. Well, not everything, I grew up there, but still.
I
I
feel
don't know
like
who I'm supposed to be meeting, is the problem.
I imagine there'd probably be someone there to meet you if you
I'd imagine it's some of the people who are looking for you, Alex.
yeah.
Yeah,
He did say
that's
he
my
would be
guess.
keeping tabs.
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait. You need to. You're gonna have to tell us more about this person.
All right. Well, a little while ago, I was in Nicodranas, and that's where I people used to call me Reed. Um, I stayed here for a while. Dicelis took me in, and he mentored me and taught me magic. Um, Eventually, he was trying to demonstrate a spell. He saw I was a, and then Nyx just reverts to their usual form, and then back to Allura.
Okay.
And so he tried to kill me. I managed to get away by grabbing his spell book, and I, kind of ran, blended in a little, and then ran, started heading west.
Why? Why is it that he tried to kill you? Because you weren't who you said you were?
Because I'm a change thing, shapeshifter. Just
Yeah, no, you're gonna.
it tends to be the reaction I get. I don't know why, Duncan. Well, I'd love to know why, Duncan.
Okay, well, forgive me, but I don't know this person and I don't know you all that well either. I don't mind you being that thing, but it just comes off as
It does
a very
seem
rash reason to attack you, and then for him to do that, but then call you and not finish it. I'm trying to. I'm trying to figure out if he has a, let's say, change of heart about who you are.
I wouldn't say it's a change of heart, just
Well,
that
I don't know what it is, but
I-
obviously he didn't kill you.
No, because he wants Alex.
right.
So,
And
Well,
agreeing seemed to be the only way to get myself out of there alive. And he said we have approximately 2 months is what would be appreciated. I see us having two options. One being very unfavorable, we bring Alex there. Two being very dangerous, we don't.
I feel like we shouldn't do this. This is clearly
I'm
Hmm.
aware.
it doesn't help that we know nothing about his motives. Nor,
Well, he works for the Empire, so I would assume Cerberus Assembly.
well, assume is a strong word.
Well,
If he
they
works
kind
for
of
it,
very
I don't
strong.
understand why he wouldn't. If he wanted to, why wouldn't he just do it himself? I feel like. If he already knows of us.
That
I
is
No
want
a
to
offense,
talk.
but
I
fair
want
point.
to talk to this person. This
Uh,
might be a bad idea, but we know nothing of his motives.
well,
Going to him directly might be the only approach we have to getting more knowledge.
oh, you mean talk to the crazy teacher person who tried to kill?
can I see the letter, please?
Yeah, I hand
It-
Duncan the letter.
It's either that or like you said, hand me over, which is bad for me, or not handing me over, which is bad for all of us.
Maybe, but I mean, how far could we make it in 2 months? We could get a decent way.
Still,
And if we do make it, where we're going, I don't imagine he'll be in much of a position to do anything about it.
How
I
much
think
did
he would.
seem to know about me, Nix?
He didn't really mention anybody other than, well, he did mention you. He just said the little one was the only real mention of you. And then he mentioned the wayward son with the scruffy hair. You, Alec.
yeah.
Do you think that she knows about my family, or that he knows about my family?
I don't know. He didn't exactly give me all the details on how much about us he knows. It's not exactly in his best interest to show all of his cards.
Yeah.
Well, I was planning on going to the dash anyways.
We can have 2 months to. I mean, we have to head in that direction to start.
Well, on the better side of things, I actually found us some means in which to get there.
Oh,
Well, I was buying these, and Duncan will pull out the 4 vials of poison resistance. You know, in case of our winged villain in the mountains. And I was chatting up the lovely woman there, and she said she was in need of some help. I told her why I was buying the potions. Told her in case a dragon came down and we were traveling. Thought, thought I was a little strong, and told her of all of you. And she needs a shipment taken to Allfield, which I'm not exactly sure where that is, but it is beyond the gates and in the Empire.
that is a good reason to be going.
Mm-hmm. Plus, it's, I mean, it makes sense. I don't think they'll bat an eye at us taking in shipments, and seeing as we've seen as to the kind of characters in the Nicodranas area, goblins and minotaurs, for instance. I don't think they'll be too surprised to see a kobold. Especially with your arm, as it is. It at least shows that you have some experience in things.
Yeah.
And, well, that's supposed to be ready in 2 days or so. She's acquiring some coin and working out the logistics, but it'll be more or less what we did for Marvak, but for her. And I'm sure she won't mind, or at least of all the people to be angry at us. I don't think maybe a stolen cart will get us in too much trouble.
Yeah, out of the other things that could get us in trouble on this trip, cart probably won't even raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I think.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I think it might be the best route to go would be just for the time being behave as if we are doing what he wants. And like was said, we have 2 months.
Divination's a tricky school. It's not one you can really easily elude.
Well, I'm hoping that in 2 months we'll have an idea on if we are committed to doing it or if we are going to try and.
Was there anyone else with him? Next.
There was somebody in the room at first, and then she left.
What do they look like?
Thorn, you did not give me a description. What do they look like?
It's a human.
Human?
Human. Their gender is actually kind of hard to say. They are kind of non-conforming in their attire, but they had a dusty blonde hair that was short hair that was slicked back, and just pale skin with black eyes and a fairly thin figure.
They had a thin figure, short, dusty hair, slicked back, black eyes.
All right.
Pale. Is that helpful, or?
Well, I was considering if he was alone, we could maybe go there and see him. We might have the number on him, so we might not try anything. But that's not helpful.
I don't know if we can. Never mind.
I don't know about that. You saw the guards that stopped us to make sure you and Lexi didn't follow me in.
I have no idea what to do.
Well,
I don't have nearly enough info to think of something.
seems he might just ask to visit us based on the letter, or for us to visit him.
Could Nix,
Yeah.
could just so that we can get, more information, could you send him a message asking to invite him to dinner, or have him invite, or see if we can visit him for dinner? Something where we can sit and talk to him.
I don't exactly know how I can tell a guard there at the gates to go talk to him, but I can't send a message myself.
I feel like would it be better not to interact with him more than we need to?
I mean, the letter says he's not too keen on meeting all of you just yet, so.
Well, just yet.
I imagine when he wants to meet us, he will reach out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can't really wait for that.
Well,
we have 2 months to wait for that.
No, we're not here in Nicodranas for 2 months.
No.
But,
also, we need info, because if he knows about the emotions to the bag, this could be bad. We need to know what he knows and what he wants.
I'm just going to ask. I say it again. Never.
Acknowledgence right now.
It wouldn't seem that he'd know about that, as if he did, I feel like that'd be something he'd acknowledge.
We
Yeah.
don't. Please, just understand.
Yeah.
Whatever we're talking about doesn't exist. And there's nothing to gain from talking about it.
Yeah. We should be clear right now.
Well, of that, maybe. But Duncan will look over to Alex. I mean, it doesn't seem to me that you're in any immediate threat. Seems like he has he's got all the cards. It seems too that he's at least powerful enough to exert his own influence. If he wanted to do there himself, I'm sure he might just, might have done so. But if you're in the Empire at all, or at all, I feel like that's already a bit of a problem for you. Why Sadash, in particular?
I have no idea.
Isn't
What maybe because my family's there? They, oh god, I haven't thought of this. Maybe they're
Yeah.
holding them hostage.
Wait. Would they hold your family hostage?
If they were, wouldn't they tell you they had them?
No,
I don't know. Maybe that's why they want me there. I can't think right now.
I
look, we have at least 2 days. After the festival, our work will be almost guaranteed. We'll actually even make some coin off of it.
that's nice.
Well,
Hmm.
something. That'll bring us at least another step forward, but when it comes to, let's say, my business, I'll just go and come back. Keep it as it's been, and try to keep you all out of it to the best of my ability. Hopefully, keep more heat off of us than on.
What are we gonna do for the 2 days we wait?
I'm gonna work and Killian will look at Nyx for a moment.
Don't.
Gonna see about some more work myself. Doesn't hurt to have more gold, and there's certainly always something better to buy. So see if I can't provide some services.
Yeah.
I don't know that, given what happened and everything, do we want people running around doing their own thing? Sort of
By
feels
work,
like
I
we
meant
should try and.
making stuff.
Well, look, it's. Speaking frankly, there's already a Crown's Guard present. I feel like if Alex was in any immediate danger, he would have been the one to get the letter, and not you,
Yeah.
Nyx.
I still think inviting him to dinner is a good idea.
He'll probably invite us.
I think he'll be the one to invite us.
Did he say anything about not wanting you to tell?
He
Alex?
said it was up to me whether I told him or not. And I didn't exactly want to keep a secret like that.
Understandable.
I don't know a lot about the people looking for you, Alex, but at least from what little I know of the Empire, I don't feel like they would. I mean, there are soldiers of theirs here. If they wanted you, I feel like they would grab you.
No, it's not.
This feels like it might be.
It's not maybe I'm wrong here, but it's not exactly them who are after him.
Well,
So,
yeah, but
there's more moving pieces to it all.
Yeah, it's not the Empire themselves.
It's the assembly.
All right.
All right. So what's the plan? He's holding his face in his hands, rubbing his face.
I
Don't exactly.
don't exactly know.
I don't mean to. I feel like that's your decision, Alex.
If you
I've-
want to go there, we can go there.
I've basically got the way for us. The rest of it. Just a matter if you want to go there.
I have no
If-
choice.
If you want to go, I think we can just wait until we leave and plan on going. If you decide you do not want to, we need to try and get more information.
I have no choice. I have to go to Zadash. Because if I don't and he knows about me, he must definitely know about my family. And then if I let them be in danger because of me.
So,
But I
Let's
also
go.
need to talk to him. I need more info. We need more info. So if we
Definitely.
don't, we might need to send them, like you said, an invite to dinner or something. Maybe bribe the guard to get him a message from us.
I don't
You
think we need to go that far.
no. You know him best. Do you think if we ask, he's inclined to give us more information?
I don't think
If I go
giving more information is what he wants to give out.
You know the sort of person he is, I guess. It
I don't think he's going to want to give out more information. Just what he needs
So-
to make sure that he gets what he wants.
pursuing it might not be the way to go about it.
Probably.
Maybe
Sort of,
just a.
that's the only thing we can do.
Well, we could maybe know who we're dealing with.
Yeah.
How long did you spend with him? This Diceless? Dice. Hold on.
Dicelis.
Dicelis. Sorry.
Well, I was not, but also maybe like a year here,
Okay.
and
So,
then just now maybe like 5 minutes.
well, no, I mean, for the year that you spent with him, how would you describe him? What did he do? His mannerisms, way of treating others.
He's very posh, bit of a prick. He doesn't like to answer questions or take any kind of disrespect. He's a upper standing kind of person, and
Okay.
he tries to command that kind of respect.
And that's for himself or his country.
For himself mostly, but he's pretty loyal.
Well, loyal how? How would you describe his loyalties?
Well, I mean, considering I know he must want to kill me for stealing his book and whatever other reason he had for wanting to kill me in the first place. But he clearly decided to put that aside because Alex is of more importance to him, somehow.
Well,
And I
that's-
don't see a reason for Alex to be important to him unless Alex is important to whoever he's working for.
Yeah, you know the
If he's-
thing about the assembly brainwashing people, that's not really common knowledge. They may not want me to divulge any secrets.
Well, if they were doing that, I would assume that the Empire wouldn't stand for it. Well, unless, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but I hope the people who live in the Empire aren't as willing to sacrifice themselves. I wouldn't exactly be happy if I knew my country
Oh, no.
enslaved the minds of my neighbors.
Killian's
Yeah.
gonna step away from the conversation.
Look, if
step away as in like leave the room or
Leave the room.
look, if it is what you know, I think they want to talk to you. I don't know all too well about your circumstances either, Alex, but A threat like that wouldn't be one you exactly negotiate with. If they want to do to you what they did to her, I don't think they need you in Sadash. And if a prideful, self obsessed wizard is asking someone who stole from them to ask you to go somewhere, it's very confusing.
Which is why I'm.
But
Which is
if you're gonna just
why I'm very lost.
if you're gonna just try and talk to him, though, at least just try and play to those things about him. The last thing you need is some powerful mage being upset with you.
I'm not gonna antagonize him. I just want to try to figure out what he wants with me.
Well, look, it's
Doesn't
Yeah.
seem like he wants anything with you. It seems like whoever he
Well-
works for wants.
Well,
judging by
If
the
he
letter
wanted
to
you, he would have asked for you, Alex.
I know, but if I go to him myself, personally, I wouldn't refuse an interview with the person my
We
boss
should-
is looking for.
we should go with you. You going by yourself is not a good idea.
Yeah.
I know.
And judging by his letter, it seems that he's not exactly against us in any sense of the meaning or phrase. I don't know. It just much of his letter is just about Nyx and the assumptions he's made about her and what she's said to us.
Yeah.
Which, honestly, I don't feel like we really know him all too much, other than him having tried to kill you. Which, granted, is enough.
My opinion is we should just do, since Alex wants to go, we should just do that unless he reaches out. But
Mm.
it's ultimately Alex's decision. I'm going to go check on Killian.
Wait,
I'm sorry for bringing all of you into this.
well,
And Cretan will head out to find her.
great. Well, look, I think we all understand kind of the terms and the situation we're at least stuck in. If at the very least he asks for us, I say we try to play nice with him. Even if we have to lie about how much we appreciate his company. But we'll be going that way anyhow.
I agree.
Wait, did you say make me?
I said I agree.
That's probably the safest bet we have for now.
Still, I think the more we get to know about him, the better off we might be in deciding what you might have to deal with if you go to Sadash.
Yeah.
But
if he doesn't reach out to us the next day, I will. I'll send him a message.
all right. And Duncan will stand up from whatever seat. Just be careful, Alex. Don't be afraid to ask.
Oh, don't worry, I'm always careful.
No, don't be afraid to ask. I've kind of had enough of everybody going off by themselves and getting caught in something terrible.
Oh, no, don't worry. I'm definitely not going to meet him by myself. That would literally be suicide.
Right. At the very least, I could, toll the dead at him or something.
Yeah.
No, you could just, or we could shoot 2 fireballs.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We could do that.
I'd rather
I
just
mean-
have I'd rather just have an unpleasant dinner though with him.
Yeah. Hopefully, the worst thing in that scenario would be the dinner. The dinner's not that tasty. or the wine doesn't get us drunk enough.
All right. So from here, we're gonna shift to Killian as she leaves the room and Cretan following after. Killian, where did you go?
Creighton went back. Killian went back to her room and just pulled out her tools and started working on the gauntlets, and also has a bunch of the spears that were from the bag earlier piled up in the corner, and some designs on the table for something.
You took my spears?
Oh, sorry. You gave them to me a while ago.
I forgot where they were. He motions to the. I believe he has 3 on his back currently.
Yep, because I took 7.
Yep, motions to 3. I thought I lost them. I'd forgotten.
Ah, sorry.
I'm glad they'll go to use.
Yeah. Sure. As she looks at one of them that's currently broken in half in the corner. Sort of.
Whatever. It's better than me just carrying them all the time.
Yeah. Sorry about that. I just needed a moment, and it kind of seemed like we all had, made our decision to try to get more information from him and talk to him, but we were just still talking, and I don't know. I just needed to be away, do something that makes me comfortable,
Yeah.
and prepare.
How did things go with your mom?
Well, she's concerned about me, but of course she is, but she told me she's proud of me.
That's nice. There's a lot about you to be proud of.
It's hard for me to see that sometimes,
Well, I guess you can also just look at the facts of it. You are really pretty good at fighting. You helped stop a big crime ring thing that had been extorting people and killing people. In the short time I've known you, there's enough there to write a song about.
I don't think anybody should be singing tales of Kilcray the Crimson Terror anytime soon.
Maybe.
Stupid stage name.
It's not the worst I've heard.
Really?
No.
But how are you doing, big guy?
I'm fine. I don't like dealing with some of the stuff that I don't feel I could easily fight my way out if we had to.
Mm-hmm.
And some wizard in a tower, somehow I don't think hitting him in the face is gonna solve many problems.
What? Really?
I mean,
Sorry.
I could be wrong. Alex is kind of scrawny, and if this guy's like Alex, but
Thank you, by the way.
What for?
Being yourself.
You're welcome, I guess. I don't know that I've ever been thanked for being me.
Just think that you're a good person. And I was talking to my mom, and she kind of made me realize that I need you to stop trying to sacrifice yourself for us.
I guess. What do you mean?
Seems like you have an idea that if any of us is going to die, it's going to be you, or it should be you.
He nods, like he does dispute. Yeah.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't be a game that we play. We just keep each other around, you know? You still have a life that's worth living. A lot you need to see.
I don't exactly want to die. I just would feel a lot happier and sleep better if it came down to it, if the one who died was me as opposed to
That's no
one of
way
my
to live,
friends.
Creighton. That's no way
Maybe.
to live. I exiled myself from people for years after my father died. I was afraid of that guilt there that you think you'd feel that caused me to be bitter and angry, you know? When you first
Yeah.
met me, I was not a good person.
You were a little more abrasive.
Yeah. And so I know how that feeling can kind of destroy somebody. So when you set yourself up to try to get that feeling, then things will go wrong, you know? I'm not saying that I don't want you to try to save people. I'm saying that even if you aren't able to, I'm saying that you can save a lot more people if you keep yourself alive. You can't just throw yourself at any bullet or any arrow that's heading towards somebody's chest, you know? Sometimes you won't be able to save people, and you have to live with that and try to go on. I've
You're
seen you
right.
die too many times already.
Yeah, I imagine that whoever's in charge of the dead probably isn't happy with me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Killian, I know that I can't save everyone. I learned that lesson when I was very young. But I also learned that there's something I can do, or at least try to do. And that is to put every ounce of my being into keeping those that I care about safe. And as it sits, I care about everyone here, all our friends.
All right. I have to finish these, but after I'm done, I want to have an arm wrestle contest with you.
Sure. If you want. I don't know if your magic gloves will make it fair, but I think I might still be able to beat you.
We'll see.
We will.
She'll get back to work.
He will watch her for a few minutes and then he'll see what everybody else is up to at that point.
All right. We're going to go ahead and call session here. Y'all have a lot to think about. And I think here's as good a time as any. We'll pick up next time with y'all figuring out what the fuck you're going to do next.
Yeah, I need to change